Stocks Podcast is brought to you by nothing but the greatest of the greatest. You best believe that, my G's. Hey, you need a criminal defense attorney? You slipped up? Peep game, we got you. You got our guy, Doug Sherrod. Doug Sherrod is a criminal defense attorney. Big dog shit. Matter of fact, bigger than big dog shit. You can reach him at KingKongLawyer.com. KingKongLawyer.com. He is our criminal defense attorney. He can be your criminal defense attorney. Reach out to him at KingKongLawyer.com. Hood Stocks Podcast is also brought to you by looking for some good quality cannabis. I mean, killer quality cannabis. Hit up the folks at Killer Kush. They specialize in bringing you the best quality available from OG to exotic. They got it all, baby. Hit them up at killerkushcali@gmail.com or on IG at killerkush__420 to find a location near you. If you're local to the LA area, you can find them here in the heart of East Los Angeles at East LA Exotics, located at 6009 East Olympic Boulevard. This podcast is also brought to you by Gutter Phenom out of Orange County, baby. Gutter Phenom is a lifestyle brand that is dedicated to supporting and inspiring individuals who are determined to achieve their dreams. Billy, we believe that no matter where you come from or what you've been through, with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. A portion of our proceeds are donated to organizations that provide vocational training for parolees and scholarships for those in need of drug and alcohol treatment. Jesus, who would have thought? This is just a t-shirt. This is a clothing brand. Okay, visit gutterphenom.com and use the exclusive code HoodStocks20 to receive 20% off your order today, baby. Yeah. Casey, is it game time?
It's game time. Let's get it.
Let's get it cracking then, doggy. Yeah, welcome to Hood Stocks on a Sunday early evening. Yes, sir. We love you, motherfuckers. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. We are here. Rain, shine, cancellation. We're gonna make this shit pop for you, baby. This is what we do right here. Let's go. Yeah. Chat. Love you, motherfuckers. Hit that like. Hit that like. Hit that like. Hit that like. Am I buffering right now?
Oh.
I just started buffering right now, dog.
Because anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Yes, Hoodstocks podcast is also brought to you by Dying to See Me. Dying to See Me is another podcast. Who would have thought? Podcast sponsoring a podcast. Podcast supporting a podcast. Hey, we create our own little community, our own little inner circles, and this guy's a part of our inner circle. Shout out to Matt Montague. That's my G right there. Type in Dying to See Me on YouTube. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like. He's a good dude, and he's new in the game. And he's working his way up the ladder, bro. You know what I mean? And we support Matt Montague, Dying to See Me. All right, check it out, my G's. Yesterday, dude had to reschedule. Today, dude had to reschedule. But I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes things are just meant to happen the way it happens, baby. Because who would have thought? From the Hulu hit series, This Fool, my favorite series on Hulu, my favorite series period, bro. This fool. Everyone give it up for this fool, Psycho, a.k.a. Alex Alpharaoh. Let's go. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right. You said it right. You good, my boy.
Yeah, I said it in English and Spanglish.
Yeah, for all you bilinguals out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, dog. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. Thank you so much for having me out here, man. I'm good. I'm blessed.
Yeah, so you had mariscos earlier, and you got the bubble guts right now, right?
Yeah, man. You know, it happens from time to time, so that's why you got to have a little seltzer water and let it settle in,
I'm just fucking with you, dog.
It's all good.
He's like, you motherfucker.
I don't give a fuck. I'm a fucking actor, man.
So where should the people not go?
Yeah. Where should they not go?
My house.
You made it?
Nah.
Yeah, we don't want to blast the restaurant.
I'm not trying to blast the restaurant.
It could have been a bad. It could have been a bad match.
Yeah, exactly.
And or, maybe the dude that's cooking back there, bro. You know what I mean? He had a fucking rough Saturday night, dog.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. You know what, bro? I love how this happened. You know what? Big ups to Jeremiah. What's homie's thing called?
Lone Star Entertainment.
Lone Star Entertainment, baby.
Shout out.
Yeah, you know what, dog? I love it when individuals in the background connect dots. They make things happen. And big ups to Jeremiah, Lone Star Entertainment. He's out of the Northeast Los Angeles. Cool cat, bro. Got love for him, bro. He's always invited me to all kinds of different things. If it's a football game at Highland Park on Thanksgiving, he's always giving me invites to all kinds of stuff. I got love and respect for the dude. And I really appreciate, bro, that he just linked us up today.
Yeah.
On the fly, baby.
Yep. That's how it happens. Magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
True magic, bro. True magic. Human magic. I mean, I don't know if there's there's different magics, right? There's magic that happens in the bedroom.
Movie magic.
There's movie magic.
Harry Potter magic.
Potter magic. Hood magic.
Surgical magic.
Magic MC.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. Magic Mike. Thank you, Rick. Rick's favorite movie. Magic Mike. Hey, it's okay, dog. I was going to crack another joke, but I said, let me leave that alone. So, Hulu series, This Fool. You're on an episode, probably one of my favorite episodes, bro. You know what I mean? And I like to touch on that before we get into your story, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we get to how you ended up catching these type of roles, right?
Yeah.
You were Psycho in season 1. I forget which episode it is, but it's when, will you tell it, bro?
It's called Putazos.
Yes.
It's the second episode of the first season, Frankie's character is, he's fresh out the pen and he's got beef. He's got beef with one of the Morenos on the block, and that's one of the great things about the series is that it's not a traditional per se series about living life in the hood in Los Angeles, because it takes place in South Central. Like during the process of Latinos being moved around, or the Morenos being moved around, a lot of Latinos ended up leaving Central LA, moving to South Central, Compton, Watts. So there's a whole diverse community of Latinos that are from those neighborhoods. It's not all just East LA or Southeast LA, right? So a lot of it takes place in that community in South Central. So it's dope to see how his characters got beef with a Moreno from back in the day, and he's like, let's go find all the homies, and none of the homies are down, because we grew up, we got families, we got kids. One of us won the lottery. They're like, I ain't trying to get my shit fucked up. So then they find me. And, my character is clean as a whistle. I did all my community service. I did, I checked off all the boxes with the PO. I'm clean. I golf. I fucking have a family now, but I'm still down. Forever.
So let me add my little 2 cents in. So Frankie, aka Cholo Fit Creeper, which we all know him for, right? He's cruising around. He's out the penitentiary, like you said, bro. He's trying to find all his own homies, and like you said as well, guys, times change, bro. And so he was going to one spot, and one of his homies is dead. This, that, but he shows up to your crib, right? And you obviously changed your life in regards to, what you're doing for when Frankie was out. And it's funny because when he knocks on your door, bro, you got like a fucking, what are you wearing, bro?
I'm wearing like a golf outfit, bro. I'm wearing a little vest and, I got my little polo rolled up sleeves and the khaki pants with the golf shoes and, nice and clean. Because after I leave the office, AKA the little back booth of the McDonald's that I manage. I'm going to go play a round of golf at the Montebello, golfing center, I guess is what they call it. I don't know.
Off the 60 freeway.
Off the 60 freeway right there off of Wilcox. Y'all know what's up.
Yeah.
Roll through.
And so he hollers at you. Frankie's like shocked when he sees you, right? And then what it's kind of like for people that haven't seen it, so they can go and watch this episode or watch the first season. Kind of like play it out for them, bro. Not per word or anything like that or script or anything, but just like. At first, you're kind of like, nah, bro, I changed my life. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this motherfucker in like 20 years because he's been gone that long, On top of that, he owes me some money. So I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to collect. But then he tells me that he wants to know if I'm down to go, throw some putazos. And I'm always down for the putazos. And on top of that, my old lady's stressing me. So I'm like, hey, perfect opportunity to leave the pad for a bit. But I don't want to just throw putazos. I want to take it to the next level because that's how we do. We stay down or we get clowned, right? So, yeah, that's about it in a nutshell.
And so you come out. So they're waiting for you. And you come out with like a strap or something, right?
I come out with straps. I come out with a fucking, with a filero. They got a little kid in there, bro. They got a little fucking kid that's down to throw down. And a glass of water because, the homie asked me for a glass of water. So it's, it's a funny bit. It was a lot of fun to shoot, you know what I mean? And shooting it in a community, in a neighborhood that I spent some time in, it's really dope,
What community are you in right there?
We're in South Central.
In South Central,
yeah, South Central LA. Yeah, so that was maybe about 1.5 miles away from the home that I grew up with my mom's when I was a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that black dude, bro, he's fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah,
what's that dude's name?
Jamar Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Jamar, man. He's ridiculously funny. Yeah.
You know what, bro? I love the way they did that with that series, and they incorporated just like the brothers, the homies, just the interactions between them. And I mean, it is a classic freaking series, man. And just, you know what, brother? My hat's off to you guys, bro. Wow. Job well done, bro. Job well done, bro. And sometimes, honestly, when it comes to, and I'll be honest, sometimes when it comes to homies making movies, right, or Latinos within the community making movies, they seem like they're getting better and better. And then now you guys just set the bar all the way up here. I mean, once again, brother, job well done,
Thank
man.
you, man. Appreciate it.
What a great, how's the chemistry on that show, bro, within the individuals? At least the time that you spent there to...
Yeah. So I got this funny backstory, right? So I met Chris after, the casting call and, booking the job. And it was my first day on set. And Chris Estrada, the creator, he's fucking ridiculously funny, but he's also a really generous, kind, and just a real dude, Yeah. And we were just chopping it up in between takes. And he's like, so where did you grow up? I was like, oh, I grew up right there by Arlington and Vernon. He's like, oh, yeah, I grew up on like Avalon. And so he was closer to Compton. And I was closer to like Crenshaw and Slauson, you know, so it's like, you know, different hoods. But back in the day, I never banged, but, you know, I loved the culture, but I was a graffiti artist. I was a tagger. I'm a co-founder of a crew called LOK that's been around since like the 90s. And he goes, so were you like a writer? Did you bang or what? I was like, no, I never banged, man, but I was into the graph scene. And I co-founded a crew called LOK. And then Chris just stops and he's like, wait, you're from LOK? And I was like, yeah, fool, why? Oh, fuck, bro. You know what, man? I don't think you're going to want to do my show no more, man. And I'm like, why? What's up? And he's like, oh, it's because, you know, like, I used to kick it with the B&Os. And back in the day, the B&Os were like LOK's biggest rivals, like graph rivals, you know, to the point that, you know, I got my ass beat by one time on the MTA. And I looked at him and I was like, Chris, I'm on your fucking show. You think I give a fuck about what happened back in 96? Fuck all that. So it was, you know, it was cool. There was a lot of camaraderie. You know, Frankie is great to work with. They're all great to work with. They're very, very professional, but also, you know, they're real people, bro. You know, we're just real people. This happens to be our job. Everyone knows what they need to do, and we had a lot of fun doing it. You know, and as we progress in this industry, in this business, it's all about being authentic, being real, being generous, kind, because you never know who you're gonna run into. You know, we're in a business where the janitor today could be the executive producer tomorrow. Yeah. And we live in a society of goodwill currency. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So, you know, if you walk around with goodwill and you have positive vibes and you're all about your business and you're professional, people like you, they like that, they want to have you around, and that's how you book more jobs.
Well, Flaming Hot was a testament to that right there, right?
Absolutely.
Fuck, that was another amazing movie, bro. Yeah. I mean, wins, man. Latinos really are stepping it up. And I think, man, back to this fool. Chris, I think even though Chris is side by side with Creeper Cholo Fit, I think Chris is the funniest dude on the show. His like dry sense of humor, the style of sense of humor he's got, bro. And I maybe it's not dry. I might be expressing it wrong, using the wrong wording on it, but he is freaking hilarious, bro. And the comedy they use too is just it's my style of comedy, bro. It's my style of comedy. I laughed through the whole first season, and the second season, bro, has been hilarious as well, too. And hopefully we got a third season popping up.
Yeah, man, that'd be great. You know, it's what I really appreciated with what Chris has done with the series is that he's employing local talent. He's employing real folks that are artists from Los Angeles. Yeah. You know, shout out to my comadre Brenda Banda, who played Fat Ass's wife in that episode that you saw, the homie that's dead, you know, his wife, that's my homegirl Brenda, my comadre Esperanza America, who played fucking Frankie's ex-girlfriend. Shout out to my boy Chris Calderon, aka Pacas, who's in season 1 and in season 2. He's the big fat bald guy with the tattoos. You know, so they really made a point to hire local talent, you know, and also big shout out to my producing partner Bernice Molina Valle from the streets to the set, because she's the one who got me the initial audition. You know, back when this fool was called Punk Ass Bitch, you know, and I remember reading the pilot episode, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, you know, we need to do this. So I'm glad that it got picked up. And that it's going strong, you know. So 2 seasons, let's do 3, and it's all going to be based on, you know, the community that's watching, that's tuning in and supporting it.
Can I share something with you, bro?
Yeah, of course, man.
I'm a this full reject, bro.
It's true.
Hey, I know a lot of folks that
Bro, trip on this shit. I had got an email a couple years ago, right? And it was for me to send an audition tape for this fool. Yeah. Right? And it was supposed to, and I was the dude, I believe, when Frankie got out the pen and I was like, pop out the dude that I think
Frankie
I think Fabian and
Fabian
and doing that. Like, hey, homie, will you punk ass bitch, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So I did that on video. This dude Casey shot it, bro, and I thought I had it, bro. I don't got no acting skills. I thought it was pretty good, bro. But obviously they didn't think it was pretty good. And you know, bro, why not get an established dude that's in the game like Fabian, right? You know, it makes sense. And I wasn't, but I was really I was flattered by the gesture, the extension of, you know, potentially, you know, reaching out to me. And when I shot the video, I said, man, Casey, me and him were high-fiving, like, fuck yeah, dog, that's easy work, dog, shit. Yeah. Just being myself, homie, you know? Yeah. And, yeah.
I thought I was also going to get the part.
Yeah.
As a reason.
We had him as my sidekick. I had him on a leash, dog. He was my pit bull, dog. But it was a little man with a mustache and a hat, dog. They didn't understand our comedy, dog.
Right,
you know?
right,
I don't know, bro. But
season 3,
baby.
Let's do it. Bring him.
Got you, dog. I'll be a fucking neighbor. I'll be a neighbor dog or like a behind the fence, dog. I'll play any role. I mean, is that still a talking role if I'm playing a dog and I'm barking?
Yeah, man, you still get residuals, man. That
Let's
bark,
go, baby.
you made noise, bro.
Let's
it
go.
Came out of your mouth.
Yeah,
that's a residual check,
bro. Like,
hey,
and
this
so
man.
I'm gonna be the homie. I'm gonna be the homie on season 3, bro. They did too many drugs, bro, and I'm so fried out that I think I'm a dog that I used to have that passed away when I was a child. It was a traumatic experience, dog. You know what I mean? So look at. I'm pitching my shit right now.
Yeah,
let's go. He's making his own part.
And you don't even have to write shit because you could just leave a blank page for him.
Exactly.
And just put Lucky and then just say improv.
Yes.
And then just say whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
And then they'll just capture it and it's good. It's
Chris,
done.
let's
Wrap
go,
it.
baby.
Let's go.
Chris Estrada. Hey, what's the homie's name from Chips?
You mean the one from Dos Mujeres? Un Camino? Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada,
yeah.
This is my dry humor. My dry humor with Chris. So I on a comment on one of his posts, and I said, hey, bro, are you related to Eric Estrada? You know? And he goes, nah, why, bro? You know, and I was like, well, you know, I mean, I got a speeding ticket the other day on the freeway, you know, and it's an expensive ticket. I'm trying to get out of it. No reply.
He said, fuck you, Lucky.
I thought it was, you know, bro.
That is funny.
Hey, you know, I told him once, I was like, you don't get to choose your fans, bro.
Yeah, bro. Well, come on, homie. If you got a fucking series called This Fool, then all the fools are coming out, homie. You know? But you know what's crazy with Chris Estrada is when I got put on to the series, I didn't realize Chris was following me this whole time.
Oh, shit.
You know, he's like a ghost follower, bro. Doesn't like none of my shit. Doesn't comment none of this shit. But he's there watching. He's there studying. He's preparing for the next episode, watching the Hoodstocks, dog.
Yeah, he's watching dialogue to see how they talk.
Yeah, he's taking motherfucking notes. Chris Estrada, I need some motherfucking residuals, homie.
Hey, you got the email, though, Lucky. So, I mean, hey.
I'm just fucking around, dog.
That's tight.
Firing ourselves up over here, dog. Yeah, firing ourselves up over here.
Season 3,
let's go.
And season 3, baby, let's go. Remember, the dude that's burned out from too many drugs, he had a puppy, a pit bull puppy when he was younger. It was traumatic. The puppy got ran over by the fucking neighbor dog, by the neighbor's car, right? And now, okay, we already said anyways. Yeah. Check it out.
That's like 3 episodes worth right there.
Well, I said it about 30 times, bro. You're absolutely right, bro. So the burned out part is a fact. Okay, we established that already. Let's get into your story, sir.
Yeah,
I like to get into your journey, brother. I read some of your what do you call that? Your biography.
Yeah, bio. Yeah,
your bio.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's you just sent it to me, so I had. Excuse me, I breathed through it. Would you like a beer, bro?
Yeah, I'd love a beer.
Let's get the man a beer, sir.
Let's do it.
Waiter.
Get Lucky some Pepto because he keeps fucking burping.
Hey. Yeah, I know who had the mariscos, me or this fool. I'm burping, this fool's farting. You know what I mean? Shit, dog.
Hey, but on the chat it says there's a bomb ass Vietnamese spot called Foology.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, or you can go get some bomb ass Chinese food in downtown LA. Wan Kok. Wan Kok. You never been to Wan Kok?
I'm good, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. I might have rolled by, but you know.
Yeah. You're like, hell no. If there's one, I want 2. Apologize, brother. So I was reading your bio, bro.
Yeah.
You're Guatemalan?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Chapin.
Chapin. Yes, sir. Let's get into your story, brother.
Yeah, I mean, what would you like to know? The story is.
I'd like to know all the bad things that have happened in your life, bro.
Oh,
because these guys are drama. These guys love the drama, bro.
all the fucked up things that
In
happened
the
in my
third
life,
grade, I got bit by a dog. The fourth grade, I got hit by a car. The end. And then everyone's just fucking fire emojis, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. So I'm like a paisa through and through. You know, I was brought to the United States when I was 3 months old. I didn't have papeles for 30 plus years, man. You know, grew up in different parts of LA. I grew up really poor, so I moved around a lot. So there wasn't any real neighborhood that I stayed for more than about a year and a half. By the time that I was 30, I had lived in like 33 different places. So I was moving at an average of a year. You know, once a year I was moving.
Why would you be moving that much? I hate to interrupt.
Oh, because we were broke, bro.
Yeah.
You know, my parents were immigrants to this country. My mother was 15 when she came to this country with me.
Wow.
By the time that she was 19, she had 4 kids. You know, my old man was, bless his heart and his soul, he was an alcoholic. Really smart dude, but he just couldn't get his shit together, you know. And then when my parents split, I was about like 7 or 8 years old, and it was tough, bro. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. Like I said, moved around a lot. We stayed primarily centrally in like the Echo Park neighborhood.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Your mom was 15 years old when she had you, and she came.
She was 14.
She was 14.
Yeah, man.
And she, how did she come over here, bro?
Oh, she came mojada, bro. She came through, you know, through the Bestia, the train. This was like 93. So, like I said, I was like maybe 3.5 months old. I died in Tijuana. I got really sick. I caught some kind of illness that turned my skin like really pale and my eyes yellow. And
Jaundice?
Jaundice?
Yeah, I think I was jaundiced. Yeah. And one night I just stopped breathing, man. And I just went into arrest. And my mom, I don't remember shit, but my mom says that some woman came and she did mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. She brought me back to life. And because my mom was dehydrated and malnourished, she stopped producing milk for me. So maybe like 3 weeks into coming into this country, she was just feeding me dirty water, man, any water that she could find. So that was, you know, and on top of that, she was by herself. She was being guided by a coyote. It took her, I believe, like a month and a half to make it over here. This woman brought me back to life. She fed me from her own breast. And then she turned me over to the coyote, and the coyote had to cross me over as if I was his kid. And I didn't see my mom, I believe, for like 2 days. When my mom found me in the safe house a few days later, you know, I was in a bed, you know, like shitty diapers, and, you know, I wouldn't stop crying, you know. So yeah, that was my introduction into coming here to the States. But I didn't know any of that, right? Like, you know, when you grow up without legal documents in this country, you don't know that shit because you're just like everybody else. You know what I mean? I have 2 brothers and a sister. They were born here. They all were born in East LA or in Compton. And, you know, you live an American lifestyle. You assimilate and you learn the language and you eat, you know, you eat sugary cereals and fucking watch Saturday morning cartoons, and it's all good, you know?
Hey, better than dirty water, baby.
Better than dirty water. McDonald's. You know, McDonald's all day. And then one day, you know, you try to do a job when you're in middle school, and your old man tells you that you can't do the job.
What job were you trying to do?
I was trying to do a clean and green. You know, it's a summer job for kids in middle school and high school where, you know, you go around doing community service type of work. You're cleaning the neighborhood. You're, you know, picking up trash, cleaning graffiti, all that stuff. And my old man gave me back the paperwork, and he's like, "Here, you can't do this job." And I said, "Why not?" And he said, "Because you don't have a social." And I was like, all right, cool. Well, let's go get a fucking social. Take me to go get my social.
Use my phone number as a social.
And he was like, no, it doesn't work that way, mijo, because you're not supposed to be here. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to be here? He's like, yeah, because you're a mojado. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He goes, you're not supposed to be here. Like, they will deport you if, you know. And that was the first time at like 9 or 10 years old where I realized, like, oh shit, you know, like there's something wrong with me.
Is that you?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Carry on.
Yeah, man. So it was that really was the beginning of my own my own struggle with my identity as an American in this country. It was tough, bro, because once you turn 18, you know what I'm saying, you don't have access to shit. Once you turn 18, you can't get a job, you can't get an apartment, you can't go to school, you can't get a bank account, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So you grind and you figure it out, and you take it day by day, and and that went on for 30 years until 2012 when Obama passed DACA, when he initiated the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and I qualified for it, and changed my life.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Hey, do me a favor, yeah? That's my car going off right there, bro. Check it out real quick, yeah? Thank you. Apologize. I forgot that I had that.
Oh, good.
I had this car with me right here, so it does that. It gives me a warning beep. That was the quickest life story I've ever heard in my life, bro. The quickest, but the most interesting, bro.
No.
The quickest, but the most interesting. I mean, before I stopped you, it was probably going to be a whole lot quicker than that. Because there's obviously a lot of detail. There's a lot of pain, heartache, struggle that goes along with your story. I mean, is it hard to share your story? Have you shared your story on a platform like this before?
Yeah, man. I mean, it feels fast because it's so well rehearsed. Because I actually, I'm a teatrista. I'm a theater practitioner. I earned my bones and learned how to act in the theater. So that's where I got my training. And I wrote a show back in 2017 called Wet, A Documented Journey, which basically chronicled me leaving the country, going back to Guatemala as an adult for the first time in 30 plus years, meeting my dying grandfather.
Is this based on?
Yeah, this happened. This happened back in 2017. So I left as soon as Trompa came into power. I left the same day that the Muslim travel ban kicked in. I was going to be gone for 5 days. I left with an expired passport. I left with an expired work permit. There was no guarantee that I was going to get a passport when I got to Guatemala. There was no guarantee that I was going to be allowed back into the country. And there was no guarantee that I was going to get a renewal on my work permit. And I went to go meet my grandfather, who I had never seen right before he died. And the show is about those 3 months of preparation, of putting in the paperwork, of going through the bureaucracy of immigration policy in the United States, leaving the country and not knowing if I was going to be able to come back, because if anything would have gone wrong, if one thing would have gone wrong, I wouldn't be sitting here today having this conversation with you, because my ass would have been self-deported in Guatemala, which is... Yes, I was born there, but I don't have any real roots there. I don't have any connection. I don't understand the politics, the culture, any of it, because I wasn't raised there,
Correct.
Yeah, so I did the show. I opened it in 2017. I didn't think it was going to do anything. I thought it was going to be one of those things where I was going to do 2-3 performances and it was going to go away. And I've been touring it nationally now for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats. It's been a success.
Yeah, it's been a huge success.
And so when you tour it, what exactly is a tour? Is it a play?
It's a solo show. Yeah, it's a solo play.
Show.
Yeah, and I play like 27 different characters.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of lyricism in it, because I'm also an MC, so there's a lot of hip hop, spoken word poetry in it. And yeah, man, it's great. That's why it feels like it's so rehearsed. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking pain, bro. Like, my parents got separated when I was 9 years old. I grew up around dope fiends and prostitutes and pimps, and when I was in middle school, my old man would leave us with $5 a day, and I had to share that shit with my little brother, and I would get fed by a prostitute named Teresa. And she was just super cool. She's like, hey, your little Chino son, like, come here. Have you eaten today? This is, like big chichona blonde lady with short hair. And I'll never forget one day, man. She was super chill, dude. She'd bring me into her apartment. She'd make me hamburger helper. I had never tried hamburger helper up until she fed me hamburger helper. And I remember sitting in her table. She's like probably sitting where you're at. And she's just watching me eat, and she's asking me these questions about school and what I want to do when I grow up, et cetera, et cetera. Then there's a knock on the door, and she's like, hold on. And then she leaves, she opens the door, she has a conversation, she comes back, and she's like, you got to go. Because, I have a business meeting to, take care of.
Yeah.
And it was her John, man. Yeah. And I remember seeing her John, some like white dude with roses and me leaving, and she's like, okay, I'll see you later. And I'll never forget, man, one time I left school early because this was at the time after my parents were divorced. I was living with my old man, but we were super poor, bro. Like my pops couldn't afford to keep an apartment for ourselves. So it was me, my brother Gabriel, and my pops, and we lived in a studio apartment with 9 other grown men. So we used to have to take turns, my little brother and I. We only had a lazy boy couch. That was the only furniture that we owned. So we would take turns sleeping in it. And then on the nights that I wasn't sleeping on that lazy boy couch, I would sleep in the bathtub because it was the only place that I had a sense of privacy, of normalcy. You know what I mean? And if not, I had to sleep on the floor with a bunch of other grown-ass men. I remember coming home from school, and I opened the door, and there's like 8 dudes in a circle. And then in the center of the circle was Teresa, bro, the prostitute. Yeah, man.
Damn.
Yeah, and she was in bra and panties, bro. And she looked at me, and I'll never forget the look on her face, man. She looked at me, and she was like, oh, my God. They used to call me Little Chino because, my dad was Big Chino. And it was like, Little Chino, you live here? And I was like, yeah. And she quickly got up. She grabbed her clothes, and she had tears in her eyes. And before she left, she looked at me, and she said, I am so sorry. And then she bolted, and I remember the dudes were so pissed off because I fucked up their little sex party.
Little power.
Yeah, so shit like that, man. Like that was just a slice of what I grew up in. I grew up around a lot of fucked up dirt shit, But it also it helped build character. It helped me appreciate the things that I have today. Because if you don't know what it's like to have to earn things, then you can't really appreciate them when you have them. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of that.
I mean, there's a lot of cats that were grown up in a lot in a life a lot easier than yours, right? And they fell off the deep end. Life in prison, bro. Gangs, all that stuff. I mean, how were you able to maintain not only your insanity, bro, but just not falling off that deep end and ending up in gangs, ending up in prison system, ending up robbing,
I got really lucky, bro, because I did grow up around prison. I mean, I grew up around gangs and drugs. A lot of the big homies that I grew up around actually discouraged me from joining the hood. They said, listen, he goes, you have a gift. Like, don't fuck it up. Like, use this shit. Like, don't be like me. I was the one kid that they were always like, nope, not you.
What gift did they see in you?
My ability to write.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were spitting back then?
I've been spitting since I was 9.
Yeah.
They saw my ability to write, and my ability to write is what kind of kept me going, because writing lyrics, writing short stories, and then eventually when I became a playwright and a screenwriter, it was self-therapy. You know what I mean? Being able to process a lot of the shit that I talk about in my work gave me an opportunity to, because, you can't afford therapy when you're a kid, you know what I mean? And what the fuck, people don't know about therapy when they're first-generation immigrants, you know what I mean? They're just trying to make enough money to pay the rent. All of that I was able to put on paper. All of that I was able to put into rhymes. I was put into short stories, and I would share it with the big homies, and they would be like, "Damn, you wrote that shit?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you're fucking good." He's like, keep your ass in school. And I remember being upset because I wanted to be down, and they're like, "No, not you, motherfucker. Everybody else, nope, not you." And if somebody brought me along, they'd get into shit because they're like, why are you bringing this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Leave this motherfucker at home. Like he does not get to indulge in the bullshit. So yeah, man, that kind of kept me going.
Yeah, well, you self-helped yourself with a pen and a paper.
Yep. 100.
And that is very therapeutic. I mean, there's a lot of struggling artists that aren't very good in a world sense, right? And like they're doing music and whatnot, but little do they know, people know that this is therapy for them. It's therapeutic for them,
Yeah.
A lot of rappers' music are falling on deaf ears, but it does something for them. It puts them to the day, gives them something to look forward to, you know? And so if that's what it is, then I 100% encourage it, in regards to, just having an outlet, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all kids, man, they need some type of outlet to, if it's a boxing gym in the neighborhood, and so you are able to find your lane and find your self-help, your therapy, bro, and then pull yourself through those hard times, those dark times, those struggles, And so, once again, brother, I tip my hat to you, bro.
Thank you.
We have a lot of stories on this platform. This platform is a story-based, and it's just to share individuals' journeys, bro, and, to inspire the masses that if they are in the mud, they're in the dirt right now, keep your head up and keep pushing, and we are here to just inspire, like I said, bro, the masses, and if you can do it, hey, you can do it as well.
Yeah, anybody can do it,
100%. If there's a will, there's a way. So you were. When did you start your acting?
I started acting when I was little, man. Because I grew up in a part of Echo Park where they were constantly making movies.
Yeah.
Everything from Falling Down with Michael Douglas to Training Day with Denzel.
Yeah.
Is that a bomb?
No, sorry, dog.
Microwave.
It's this freaking Viper, dude, that's going off. It's probably the wind hitting or something. It's too sensitive on that car alarm, bro. Apologize about that, man.
Hey, unhook the battery from it.
Yo, I gotta say, man, your chat is off the hook.
Yeah,
these fools are a trip.
Yeah, the chat can really get in some of these dudes' heads that come on here, bro. Because it can be very discouraging, bro.
Yeah,
these guys,
they're pretty funny.
A lot of these guys
they've been clowning pretty heavy.
Yeah, they be clowning heavy and shit. That's cool, man. I appreciate
these
that.
These guys
shit.
are savages. I mean, what's the comment that sticks out to you right there? This got you like, what the fuck?
No, where was it?
Was it higher or lower?
Fool said that fool smelled like chorizo. Probably shit. I couldn't afford chorizo. You know what I mean? I was on top ramen. I don't know, but that shit is hype. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Age you started acting.
Oh, yeah. So I grew up in Echo Park, right? So I grew up seeing a lot of people, like I said, Michael Douglas to, Denzel and Training Day, in that part where they stop the little white kids and, they buy a sack. Like, that was up the street from the house that I grew up in. And so I saw a lot of filming, and when I was about maybe 9, I got invited to be an extra, and it was my first time on a hot set, on a live set, and I got paid $80, bro. Like, when you're 9 years old and they give you $80 cash, you might as well be fucking rich. You know what I mean? I remember coming home, and on top of that, I got to chill in craft services all day, and I could eat whatever I want. I was like, I could take this, and they're like, yeah, you can take as much as you want. So yeah, but and then I took acting classes when I was in middle school. I took acting classes in high school. When I was fucking up in high school, I would ditch all day, and the only class that I would ditch back into school was my acting classes. Then life happens.
Yeah, you had a passion for that.
I had a passion for that since I was a kid. Then life happens. You grow up, you have kids. Then I went to college and. I found acting in college, and then I started training and I started taking it seriously, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
So that's awesome, bro. That's amazing, bro, that you can be brought up in the living situation that you're brought in, the environment that you're brought in, and you not only did you graduate elementary, junior high, high school, but you went to college.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard was that to live the way you're living and still be able to concentrate on schoolwork? And
well, it was hard because I had a kid, had a partner at the time, and trying to trying to do the right thing and having a full-time job. So I had a full-time job, and I went to school part-time, and I started taking 2 classes a semester. So what should have taken me 2 years took me 4, And then in the last semester before I transferred to UC Irvine, I ended up finding this acting program, and then I just I did my first theater play, and I was hooked, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And yeah, I've been on that journey since 2006. So
how hard has that been? How hard has that journey been?
Oh, it's been fucking hard, man. I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
why has it been so hard?
Because, bro, like shit. Like just 10 years ago, there were no roles for people like us, bro. Like we're in a Latino renaissance of sorts because we're creating our own opportunities with the rise of social media, with the rise of having technology available to us. We're able to tell our stories now, and we're able to do the kind of stuff that the gatekeepers have kept us away from for a long time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I did the whole extra background work thing when I was just starting out. When I came back home, I did a lot of stuff for free. Trying to earn my bones. It took me almost 10 years to join SAG-AFTRA. It took me another 2 years afterwards to join the Actors Equity Association. So, yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy path, and you really got to have love and passion for it. Because if you don't, then, if you just want to do it because you want to be rich and famous, like there's quicker ways to become rich and definitely easier ways to become famous. You know what I mean? Like you got to really have a passion for this shit if you're going to go the distance.
How have you survived all these years? You've had to obviously hold regular jobs in, huh?
Yeah. So I have a bachelor's degree in behavioral and clinical psychology.
Nice.
And so I did social work.
Okay.
And I've done social work for the better part of 17 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's dope about a lot of people that are doing social work? It's people with, backgrounds, bro, that push them into that profession, so that's what you went, and then that's what I was going to ask you too, what you went to college for. How many years you got to go to college for that?
It's a bachelor's degree, so it's a 2-year program, but I mean, I was in college for like 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, because while I was working on the bachelor's degree, I was also working in my acting training. So like there came a point in time when I was like, fuck this social work thing, fuck this psychology thing. I want to focus on acting, and so that elongated, my stay in school.
Absolutely, and I see a lot of background actors that I've known for maybe like 10 years. Excuse me, and sometimes I tip my hat to them because I'm like, damn, these dudes are still on the grind and they're still like catching background gigs. Some of these dudes, I've seen them on This Fool. Yeah. Right? These dudes that have been just like really kept their nose to the grind, and I guess it's little by little it's starting to pay off, right?
Yeah. I mean everybody's got to start somewhere. I did background work for like 3-4 years, while I was creating my own projects, while I was writing my own projects, financing my own projects, And yeah, I mean, that's just what you got to do. That's why we're striking right now. That's why there's no movies being made, no TV shows being made, because the big corporations, they want to take an actor that's just getting started. They want to scan their image, pay them $200 for the day, but own their image, own their likeness, own their voice. And then
what's that? The AI stuff? Or
yeah, what? Using AI.
Yeah,
and then just put them wherever they want to put them in whatever movie they want to put them in, and not pay them anything.
Wow, is that why the actors are on strike right now?
Yeah, man, that's why we're striking.
One of the reasons of many,
one of the big reasons. The other reason is like, back in the day before streaming became a thing, we used to be able to receive residual checks for the work that we did. Right, we'd get a couple $100, couple $1,000 for the work that we did, but because streaming is different from regular TV. They don't want to tell us how much money they're making from streaming, how many views they're getting from streaming. So we're getting, 3-cent checks, 2-cent checks. I once got a check for 0 cents. You know what I'm saying?
How do you cash 0 cents?
How the fuck do you cash a 0-cent check? You know what I mean? You can't. It's stupid.
You take it to your own bank?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'd like 0 cents, right?
You deposit in your piggy bank?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, yeah, man. That's why we're out here and we're creating our own opportunities, creating our own lane.
And like you said, brother, like just being able to create your own opportunities. I mean, Why is there such a tight ceiling on Latino actors? That might be the wrong analogy or the words to be used in what I'm trying to say, but it just seems like opportunity, right, for Latino actors. I mean, it's the industry dominant white and black. I mean,
no, I wouldn't say that it's dominant white and black. I'd say it's dominant white money. You know what I mean? We just have to create the projects ourselves. We just have to create the opportunities ourselves, because if we're sitting around waiting for people to give us a handout, like, it's never going to happen. Or they're going to come in and they're going to tell us that we got to make all of these changes just so that we can get kicked down a few bucks, and then we're going to betray the image and the vision of what we want to create. So again, we just have to we have to come in collaboration. It's like what you're doing is a great thing, because you're keeping it 100. You're bringing people from the community. You're bringing authentic voices, and that's what's missing from the entertainment business from the Latino perspective, is that fools are so quick to sell themselves short and sell themselves out for a paycheck versus writing something that's real or being in something that is a proper representation of who they are, where they come from, and the communities that we're representing. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's like there's a lot of shit talk going on in the fucking chat, but that's who we are. Yeah. That's what we do.
Shit talk.
If fools ain't talking shit, then this shit's whack. You know what I mean? Like my old man used to say, el que se agüita pierde. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you can't handle that shit? It's like nothing that any of these motherfuckers on the chat can say to me that my mama didn't already say to me to make me feel bad.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, come on, man.
But it is getting to you a little bit, right?
No. Just a little.
It seems like
cool.
got you a little fired up right now, bro.
Cool. No, but you know,
it's like they're ripping the old scab off right now.
Like, this is where the love lives.
Aquí, cabrón. You know.
Once I stop talking shit, bro, is when I'm dead, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's like we have to. It's in our blood, bro. It's in our DNA, you know?
Shit talking.
Shit talking is amazing. Shit talking makes me feel good. Shit talking is therapeutic.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's all that. Absolutely. Wow, bro. You have had such a... What's so funny?
It says Lucky and Bozo buy school supplies for night school at Dollar Tree.
And there's somebody right now clutching their stomach while they're writing that, laughing their ass off. Hey, you got Casey on your team, baby. You know what I mean? That's it. Well, if you really put that vision together, it is pretty funny. It is pretty funny.
Said looking like Winnie the Pooh.
We're just gonna read comments for the rest of the motherfucking podcast,
that's it, bro. That's all we're doing.
Let's do this. Since you guys are talking so much shit, you guys are feeling so good, and since we're entertained by it, bro, check it out, dog. Let's put those words to a voice, bro. We're gonna drop the phone number right now. We're gonna take a break. You guys call in, bro, and let's talk some shit, dog.
Let's talk some
Stop
shit.
playing with it, dog. We're gonna be right back.
Hoodstock's podcast is also brought to you by Origin Bakery Equipment, your one-stop shop for all your bakery and restaurant equipment needs. Home base to wholesale commercial bakeries, new and used equipment. Check it out. Follow them on Instagram at Origin Bakery Equipment LLC. Or you can pull up on them in the city of South El Monte at 10441 Rush Street. Peep game. If you need commercial bakery equipment, these are our guys, and now these are your guys for the best prices. Hey, tap in. Hoodstock's podcast is also brought to you by Apish OG. Apish OG. Apish OG. Everybody say it with me. Apish OG. Follow them on Instagram at Apish_OG. You can buy it at OG Nation in the city of Maywood. Come get your flower edibles. One-stop shop for all your needs. Yes, sir. Hoodstock's podcast is brought to you by Lux Tattoos. No, it's not me. It's Lux. Lux Tattoos. I don't tattoo, but Lux Tattoos. Follow them on Instagram at Lux, LUXX_tattoos_. Hey, a lot of these cats have gone Hollywood. They were raised in a holy, beautiful home, structured with all the beautiful things Man, tattoos originates from the streets, so make sure you get tattooed from somebody that's from the streets. Lux Tattoos. Love you guys. We out.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Hold on, guys. Let
They
me.
said Casey needs to get a Hoodstock tattoo. Where should he get it?
You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
What up with it, Luck?
What up, baby? How you doing, my boy?
Rooster.
What up, Rooster?
Chillin'. I'm actually right here doing some tattoo work on the homie.
Oh shit! Hit the camera.
Hell yeah.
Talk
What's
to
up
us,
with
bro.
the guest, man? Hey, Lucky, I got something, man. I got my homeboy Tudo. He's out here in Tucson, Arizona. He just got patched into the Mongols and shit. Just want to give a shout out to that motherfucker. And I'm pretty sure he would appreciate hearing you give him a shout out, man. I'm really proud of homeboy. You know what I'm saying? He fucks with the podcast heavy.
Absolutely. What's his name again?
Arturo.
Arturo. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, live your best life, brother. My blessings to you and your family. Keep that Harley nice and shiny, bro. Stay solid and all that other good stuff, brother. You know what I mean? And just keep on living, man. Keep on living that good life. Stay out of trouble, bro. All that good stuff. You know what I mean? Be a good representation to the little ones within your community. You know, show them the right way and all that good stuff, because that's what we represent here at Hoodstocks, baby. Stay up and take care of yourself. Is that good, Rooster? You like that?
Hell yeah. Thank you, dog. I love you, homie.
I mean, is that the wrong message to give a dude that just got patched into the Mongols, bro? You know, Rooster, you're really putting me in a fucking little fucking pickle right here, Rooster. Rooster, you're putting me in a pickle right here, dog.
It's all love, baby. I love y'all, man.
I love you too, baby.
What's up, bro?
Man, I fuck with that motherfucking this food. That shit goes hard.
Did you see this dude on that episode, bro?
I haven't even watched the second season, to be
It's
honest.
the first season, homie. It's the first season, homie. You ain't watching it right, homie.
I've seen that shit, yeah.
Okay. Rooster,
Yeah,
we love you. Finish that tattoo. Don't
Much
fuck it up,
love,
bro.
yeah. Much love, Tucson, yeah.
All right, Tucson, Arizona, in the casa, baby. Yes, we love our G's from AZ, baby.
Peace.
Love my Arizona homies, dog. Don't play with it, dog. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
What's up, Lux?
What's up, baby?
I'm going to give a shout from Southgate. I just want to say, fuck you.
And I love you too.
Oh, man, you have a good one.
You too, baby. Southgate in the house, baby. Love to Southgate.
So cordial, huh?
You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us. Whoa, hold on. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hello?
Yes.
Fuck you, Lucky.
Love you too, baby. Love you too. You guys are just full of love today. I know it's Sunday, church day. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
What's up, Lucky? It's Wolfie, homie from Monte.
What's up, fucking Wolfie? Well, are you good, bro? Last time I heard, bro, you were getting ready to go into NA, Narcotics Anonymous, dog. You were fucking out there in Victorville with one flat tire on a beach cruiser trying to get to the liquor store, dog. What's going on with you, baby? Is everything okay?
Wolfie.
Okay,
right?
Wolfie. That might have been a little too much, dog. I might have laid it out a little too thick, dog.
I'm still right here.
I think he might have just pulled the trigger, bro. Calling up for a little emotional support on me. You know what I mean? And that was just a little too, pushed him over the edge. Jesus.
He looked at his GPS. He looked at his bike. He said, fuck. I'm in
Now
the same area.
Now you know how all my other baby mamas feel like. They all got pushed over the edge.
Whoa.
Oh,
There it
shit.
is.
Let's go. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hey, homie, don't be hanging up on me like I'm your fucking child support officer. Gracias.
What up, my boy? Talk to us.
What's up, homie? Hey, just want to say, fucking, hey, that show that Homeboys put on Monday, that shit was fire, dog. That shit was
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Whoop,
great.
baby.
Fire.
Whoop. Yeah, we got the whole crew.
Yeah,
in the
that's
squad.
right.
Yeah.
Whoa, appreciate you, big
Tell
dog.
about it, man.
Yeah.
I turned in my fucking man card and started sipping on these fucking Smirnoff Ice and shit, too.
There you go.
Whoa,
Right here.
we got it right here, dog.
There it is.
Going
We gotta
hard,
get them as a sponsor, dog.
right?
Smirnoff,
Hey, man,
sponsor us.
y'all keep doing it, man. You guys are fucking doing it, bro.
That's
Thanks.
right, homie. Appreciate
Tomorrow,
you, big
8
dog.
p.m., bro. We'll be
Tomorrow,
live.
tune in.
Locked and loaded. Locked and
Yeah,
loaded.
That's right.
locked and loaded.
Hell yeah, dog. These guys are fucking killing it, dog. They did a
All right,
great.
bro. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sorry, guys. I didn't hear him. That I was talking in the middle of it. I started sounding like Canine right now.
With his bags rolling with 80 bags.
I know, dude. This dude shows up like fucking guy, dude. Calm down, bro. Seriously, this dude lives 5 minutes away from me, the closest than any of us, bro.
Always
And
late.
And he's always late, bro. He's always late. You heard him come in, bro. Everyone knew he came. Sound like a thunderstorm was in here, dog. Fucking lightning, dog. Wolfie, what the fuck do you want, Wolfie? Hello.
What's up, baby?
Oh, I'm sorry, dog. Your Hoodstocks. Yeah, Hugh. Go ahead.
Yo, what up, baby? Just showing love from Colorado.
Woo, Colorado, baby.
Yep. And the Heezy, baby, just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? I like Hoodstocks. I be supporting that shit out here.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, for sure. Lux, stay up.
You too, baby. You too. You too. Yes, sir. Let's get this. Let's get this last phone call. We're gonna direct it over there with the homie. Hey, you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
What's up, big dog? Wolfie, homie? I'm back, baby.
Thank you, Wolfie, for calling back. I was worried for a minute, bro.
You couldn't hear me talking my shit, but I was fucking trying to throw some shit at Alex, but I'm trying to get a moment at time with Alex.
Oh, you trying to get wait with what about you trying to get on what with Alex?
A moment of that time.
Oh, you trying to get a moment of his time, huh? Okay. What you gonna be wearing?
Hey.
What are you gonna be wearing when you get a moment of his time, bro?
God damn, you always think about that nasty shit.
Well, the way you said it, I'm gonna get him a moment of his time. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. Wolfie.
What's up? Hey, no, you know what? I just got 2 questions for Alex, dog.
What's up?
Question number 1, can we get that bootleg? And Lucky did that. What do you call it when he's trying to do the interview with to try to get into Fools?
Audition.
The audition, yes.
Wait.
Can we do that? And
Wolfie wants a part on this fool. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he wants.
He's trying to get in.
We're gonna get you a part. You're gonna play a milk carton, homie. I want you to go in front of the mirror and practice playing a milk carton, homie. Got you, fool. Don't trip.
Number 2, question number 2, dog. Why didn't OG Father Gray get up in this this fool scenario, dog? Man, you guys threw it out there, and Lucky again, dog. You make that shit happen, fool. Shout out to all the Hookstock Goonies, and you also stay safe. That's it.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, Wolfie.
Appreciate that, Wolfie. Yeah, very thorough, Wolfie. Thank you, bro. This guy right here's always got the good questions. Second question is, and then fucking, all right, again, blah, blah, blah. Like, God
Wolfie.
damn it, dog. That ADHDZ just kicked in on that shit. So we were talking, I'm gonna say what we were talking about off air. And so homie kind of breezed through his story faster than I could even, try like.
Jack off.
That was a quick nut.
Yeah, that was a quick nut, bro. And we were talking off it, and so Big Dog has never seen Hoodstocks. He has never watched Hoodstocks, so he doesn't understand. Just kind of like what we do right here. We go in depth life stories, journeys. And, we got to get through the mud to get to the light, right? Mm-hmm. We share, our darkest, and I do it too, bro. I do it too. I am very transparent in who I am, bro. I'm not here to pretend who I'm not because the streets will talk, bro. I share my darkest shit before somebody can pull it out and throw it at me, bro. Yep. You know what I mean? And stick it like a motherfucker. Remember when you were a kid, bro, at school and you got the fucking water in the napkin and you stuck it on the motherfucking wall, bro? That was always fun, dog. Spitballs. Spitballs. Yeah, Kanan looked like he was always the dude with the spitballs, bro.
He'll do it to this day.
Our canine would have a spitball on the side of his forehead and he doesn't even know it's there, bro.
I used to launch those fucking fat ass crayons, the fat ones? I used to launch those motherfuckers out.
Yeah?
Or the paper clips on the paper planes and just get them stuck on the ceiling.
So if you go to K9's house to this day, bro, there's nothing but paper clips on the ceiling.
and crayon clippings.
And
crayons,
and
yeah.
Lunchables.
Crayons with bite marks on it.
Lunchables.
And juice boxes. Oh, shit. Take him out to the back right now, fool. K9, take Casey out to the back. He started that shit, dog. I was just putting my little 2 cents in, bro. Don't be mad at me, dog. All right?
It's all good, baby.
It's all good, baby. Let's get this phone call right here, bro. And I didn't even finish what I was saying, but it's okay. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, fuck you, Lucky.
Thank you. I love you, dog.
This is therapy. Food's been getting shitted on by their boss all fucking week. They tune to Hoodstock just to say, fuck you, Lucky.
So I established that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Episode 2, something like that. You know what I mean? Doing this for 5 years. Started off in a little ass fucking a basement, bro. You know what I mean? I'm changing the story up a little, but as you get further into the game, you got to start throwing a little sauce on it. You know what I mean? It was a 10 by 10 room, but now it's a basement. I was in a dark basement. There was an extension cord ran from the neighbor's house.
Damn.
You know what I mean? What are you doing over there, bro? I hear you guys.
Oh, me and Troopy. Do you want to tell him, Troopy, or not?
Say it, fool.
No, we were just talking about something else.
See, that's
Just some DM that he got.
Nah, yeah, it was like a DM. I got a DM.
You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Sí, hola, buenos días. I'm changing the story a little bit as you go.
Turn the volume down in the back.
Hola, sí, buenas tardes, hablan español.
A huevo.
¿Dónde está la pinche pipa, güey? El cookie.
I don't know.
Ando.
I don't know, yo no sé.
No, I don't know where it's
¿Dónde
at.
anda?
Ya se me acabó la pinche bolsita. Me ando jalando las pinches greñas, güey. Ocupo una pinche bolsita, güey. Porfa.
Allá en la Gauge.
MapQuested, fucker.
Yeah.
Damn, that was tight.
Yeah, that was a new one right there.
Paisa calling in.
I thought that was Canine in the background for a second, dog. Let's get this phone call right here. Free.
I didn't know where to find anything he was asking for.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
What's up, Lucky?
What up, baby?
Well, we're kicking it right here in the Bay Area right now, homie. We're listening to this food talk. Hilarious, bro.
Yay, area.
You already know, homie.
What up, doggy?
You already know, dog. You know, shout out to the whole East Bay, Oakland, Frisco, San Juan, Santa Cruz.
Yee.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
Shout out.
Love for the Bay Area, absolutely, bro.
Talking to me.
Appreciate you tapping in too, brother. Appreciate the support.
Hey, sorry, keep going.
Go ahead, K9.
I mean, Casey.
I was gonna say, I bet it's 65 degrees over there, huh? Right now.
Hey, wait, dile que se la lave, güey.
All right, brother. Appreciate you calling in. Nothing but love, baby.
Someone said gay area.
Hey, you're not supposed to repeat that, stupid.
Gay area.
Nah, bro.
We beat up.
What's up, Lucky?
Get in your lane, homie.
Oh
Get in your
hilarious.
lane, little man. What up, dog? You talk to us.
Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to your host. I'm going to talk about something a little different, man. Hey, y'all got to go check out the Blue Beetle, man. The movie.
I saw that. I was
tell you the truth. Hey, they bust some Chalino Sanchez on there. They bust some Abuelita, some Nana, some frijoles, and it's a culture movie. This guy's about your host is about acting, and I just watched it, man. And honestly, man, it was a beautiful movie. And Lucky, thanks for the laughs, bro. I was having a bad day today, and just your personality, man, always like puts a giggle in my heart, bro. You a funny dude, man. And shout out to your whole crew that holds you down and everybody over there, man, from the Central Valley right here, 209. You know what I'm saying?
Love, baby. You know what, dog? Check it out, bro. If this podcast affected one person like yourself today, homie, I'll take that, dog.
I've been having a bad day, bro. I've
Yeah.
been having a bad 3 weeks, and when I watch you, it's funny, man. You just like you turn my dark clouds. You know, the podcast. You guys are so like hilarious, man, and this is a dark world right now, bro. Not only with money, with family, with life. You know,
there's a lot of confusion,
bro.
There's a lot of information and a lot of confusion, bro. Yeah.
We need to turn this frown into a smile, you know, and you did that for me today, man. And I know you're tired. You seem tired, bro, and you got a lot going on. But your personality and everything, the way you call stuff out, man, keep doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Keep doing that, man. Keep doing that.
Thank you, brother, and I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, brother.
Hey,
Love.
shout out to your host. Shout out to all your people over there, and respect, okay?
Love, baby. Love. Nothing but love. All right, homie. That's dope, bro.
Yeah, that's hot.
Phone calls like that are dope, doggy. But what I was saying earlier is this dude has been through some just, I'd say, horrific shit in your life that you're briefly telling us on the break, you know? And it's honestly, is it uncomfortable to talk about that stuff?
Yeah, it can be, you know, because it's the kind of shit that you think you put behind you, but the shit always hurts. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I lost my old man when I was 15 years old. I buried him a day before I turned 16, and less than 6 months later, I was addicted to crack cocaine, and I became a dope fiend for about a year. The first time I overdosed was in the living room of my mom's house, in front of my little brothers and my sister, and at the time I had beef with my step pops, because my step pops used to be my dad's best friend, and my mom left my pops to be with him. And so, you know, I was always like, fuck you, you know what I mean? But then when my pops died, I didn't have a choice. If I didn't live with my moms, they was going to put me in foster care. So I had a choice, like go to foster care and be separated from your brothers and sisters, or go live with your mom and this punk ass fool that you know
Was your
that you
pop-
don't fuck with.
Was your pop's best friend?
It was my pops' best friend.
I have something I say all the time, bro, and it's the fucking actual truth, bro. It's a fact, bro. No cap. When dudes go to prison, bro, you know who takes care of their old ladies when they go to prison?
Yep.
They're homies.
They're homies, yep.
They're homies, bro. You know? Hey, I didn't make this shit up. I didn't draw this play out. You know? It was their way before me. You know? But when you have drugs involved and all this other stuff, bro, you know what I mean? Like, dudes really ain't thinking in their right mind, and morals and just all this other shit, like, it just goes out the fucking window,
Yeah, that shit goes out
bro.
the window, man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and it's just and it's crazy too, bro, because this might sound weird, bro. This might sound weird. So being the fact that I've kind of experienced that, and we've all experienced that. We've all been on both ends,
Yeah,
right?
for
You
sure.
know, especially the homies in the hood and the done time. A lot of them have been on both ends. Or one end, you know. But I think about it. I've thought about it, bro. Like, man, if I passed away, you know, who would my girl end up
Yeah,
with?
which one of you motherfuckers?
Who was gonna be serving her that deli meat?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I
Yeah.
thought about it, you know? And nobody is out the equation.
No.
You know, I can't be like, oh no, not this fool right here. He would never do me like that. He loves me way too much. Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. We cool, we homies. I think we friends, but damn, homie, like shit. And I even wrote a little bit that in a song that I wrote. It's because sometimes I feel like I was a writer once upon a time ago and somewhat of a poet as well. But I put that in a piece of a song, Devil's Game, bro, about dudes at a funeral, and they're already they're burying their homie, and they're already trying to get at his old lady.
Yeah.
You know, and it just is what it is. The streets are grimy as fuck, and it's not only the streets, bro. That happens in the corporate world, bro. That happens everywhere, bro. That's not even hood shit, bro.
That's just human shit.
That's just human
shit.
fucking dick shit, dog.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I had beef with him for years. You know what I mean? But I couldn't square up with him because the motherfucker was a bodybuilder and a 3rd degree black belt. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, get my ass beat by this fool.
Hey, 3 words: baseball bat.
Nah, dog. It wasn't until fucking I came upon a burner that I was like, you know what, motherfucker, if you put hands on me, it's gonna go a different direction, you know. But we settled that beef the first time that I overdosed because I was dying. I was dying in my living room. I had OD'd on crystal meth. Yeah. I was literally like, my heart was coming out of my chest. Every time I closed my eyes, I could see my brothers and my sister in the living room getting further and further and further away from me. And every time I closed my eyes, the universe was coming into me. And so I was taking shallow breaths, just kind of like trying to stay awake. He came in, he saw what was happening, smacks the shit out of me. He's trying to wake me up. He's telling me not to go to sleep because if I go to sleep, I'm not going to wake up.
Who was telling you this?
My stepdad. And the one motherfucker that I hate, you know what I mean? The one motherfucker that I'm like, fuck you, you know? But I'm in a position where I can't even move, bro. I'm just like laying, I'm dead weight in the fucking couch.
Paralyzed.
You know? Yeah. He tells my youngest brother to go get a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
He tells him to hurry up because if he doesn't come back within 5 minutes, I'm gonna die. My little brother comes back with a gallon of milk. He takes the fucking gallon of milk and he pours it down my throat.
Yeah.
And I'm just fucking like trying to swallow as much as I can. I have milk all over my fucking face. And then I throw up. And then after I threw up, my heartbeat kind of regulated a bit. And motherfucker saved my life.
Wow.
Yeah. And from that day, I couldn't have the same type of animosity towards him anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I owed him my life. And not that he ever charged me for it. You know what I mean? And years later I paid that debt back because he used to have a shop right here on Lorena and Whittier. And in 2009, I mean this is fucking many years later, in 2009 the shop burned down and he was in it. And he almost died. He suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns to like 75% of his body. When they found him, he was a John Doe at USC Medical, and basically I was able to get him out, put him in rehab, get him back on his feet. He ended up suing the city. He got a bunch of fucking feria for that. And he told me one time, he said, I know that you always held beef with me because of what happened between me and your dad. And he said, but I just want you to know that what happened between me and your dad had nothing to do with you. Because I know I'm not your dad, but I've always loved you as if you were my son.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. See, this is what Hood Stark's all about right here, bro. Now you're getting in your groove, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get in that lane, bro. That's, wow. I was thinking about it when when you were telling me that he was slapping you and he was saying, hey, bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to sleep, you're not going to wake up, And I was just thinking that, do you believe in God?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
God, I feel like, maybe God, it wasn't, had the politics of how that happened with, dad, best friend, mom. Yeah, it sucks, but maybe, that was part of God's plan, bro, because he's seen down the future of, maybe,
yeah,
where you were going to go. And he put the right dude in the right position at the right time to help you through very,
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, the dude was grimy, you know what I mean? He was a grimy dude back in his home country of Guatemala. He came here, he did a lot of grimy shit, you know what I mean? Because it's what people got to do to survive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he finessed my moms, like I was saying earlier. My mom was a mom to 4 little kids by the time she was 19, you know what I mean? And this dude was 25 years older than her. So that when he got with her, he was almost 50 and she was like 23, 24. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he finessed her, and that beef between me and my moms is something that, we're still processing today. Like, I love my moms, but I don't have a relationship with her. You know what I mean? I have a 4-month-old baby that she hasn't met.
Yeah.
Because of our beef, because I blame her for a lot of the shit that went down, because she could have made a different decision. Like in my perfect world, my mom's could have made it on her own, because I know a lot of women that have made it on their own that didn't need a man to fucking support them. But then at the same time, look at where we live, look at where we stay. Yeah. You know what I mean? She had no skills, she had no fucking education, she had nothing. She had this dude who was like, look, I'll take care of you, I'll put you up in an apartment. You can be my mistress. You can be my side bitch. And you can bring your kids. It's okay. It's cool. I'm not going to trip on your kids. You know what I mean? Gave her a life that my old man couldn't give him because he was too fucking twacked out or fucking drunk as fuck. You know what I mean? So, like, I understand from a perspective of a woman who's got 4 kids, has got nowhere to go, who's got no resources. Like, this motherfucker's offering you an opportunity to give you a better life. You're going to take it, regardless of how it's going to affect your kids in the long run. You know what I mean?
Well, she's obviously a survivor, bro, in the little that you showed in the beginning of the podcast, bro. I mean, what she's been through, bro. I mean, I think at the end of the day, dude, she made the decision for the betterment of herself and her kids, right?
Yeah.
Get a roof over your guys' head, and of course there's going to be animosity because you were the oldest one, you said, right?
Yeah. And I saw it. You know what I mean? Like, my siblings don't remember it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I saw it because I lived it. And when I was like 11, I remember going to court and the judge asking me, like, who do you want to live with?
Yeah.
And I said, I want to live with my pops. And the judge said, okay, well, the 2 oldest live with the father and the 2 youngest live with the mother. But that was a fucked up mistake because my pops he wasn't prepared. He didn't know how to take care of 2 kids. He's a fucking cagapalo, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's out there in the world and shit. He's doing dirt and he's doing fucking around with bitches, doing all this shit. Fucking leave his kids. I remember one time we were coming back from Chicago, Illinois, because we were homeless, bro. We were living in the fucking car. My dad had an old 87 Oldsmobile. And it had back then when they were made out of metal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, dog. There was a fucking hole in the back seat where the metal had been eaten out by the cold. And we were sleeping in that fucking car because we couldn't afford to fucking stay anywhere. So I ended up living in Chicago for 2 years with a surrogate fucking relative. He picked us up, brought us back to LA. And I remember we stopped by Vegas. This is my first fucking experience in Vegas. This is me at like 11 or 12 years old with my little brother. He said, I'll be back, mijo. I'm going to go take a piss. And he parked in front of the Circus, bro. This was like at 9 p.m., okay? He left 2 little kids. One was 11. The other one was like 9 or 8, okay? This motherfucker didn't come back until 7:30 in the morning. Drunk as fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, like, that was my first experience in Vegas. Like, what the fuck? I wanted to come outside and go look for him, but I was scared because it's just big ass fucking parking lot and city of lights and shit, you know?
Ton of people walking everywhere. Yeah.
Ton of people walking in and out and shit, you know? So like, that was the kind of fucking person my pops was. He had a good heart, but he wasn't quite right, you know? And living with him put me in a lot of fucked up situations that I could have avoided if I would have lived with my moms. Because my mom's at least had stability, you know. She was with, like, for me, she betrayed the family. She was with the enemy, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But the flip side of it was that I was exposed to fucking sexual abuse. I was exposed to trauma. I was exposed to violence. I was exposed to fucking dirt, you know what I mean? And growing up in poverty meant that you never knew where your next meal was coming from, you know? Like, you know how kids go back to school and they have their new clothing? Like, my fucking back to school new clothing was, Pops would show up with 2 big ass bags from the Goodwill, and he goes, all right, mijo, fucking dig through and find whatever fits, and which fits, keep, and what doesn't fit, fucking leave it in the bag. And I had to do with that. I had to share a pair of shoes with my brother because he couldn't afford to buy us shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I was the poor kid in the school, so I was constantly getting in fights because they fuck with you when you're the poor kid in the school, you know what I mean? And you don't have big brothers. You don't have anybody that's got your back. So you got to figure it out on your own. Fucking, sometimes you eat, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you just fucking, you just want to close your fucking eyes and not wake up. Because the shit never ends. Doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? You wake up and it's the continuation of the same bullshit. And it just gets worse and worse and worse as the days go by, and you can't do anything because you're a fucking kid and no one takes you seriously. You know?
Damn, bro. That's heavy, bro. That's heavy. I mean, we've had a lot of, you know, that's heavy, bro. I mean, a lot of kids don't come back from that, bro. And here you are, bro. Still striving, still climbing, still trying to be the best you can be, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
It only hurts because we can be hard on ourselves, you know. And there's that part of me that tells myself, you should have known better, motherfucker. You should have known better. You should have known better. You should have made this move. You should have made that move. Yeah, but when you're fucking, you know, when you're 12 and they're fucking, a grown man is jerking you off and shit and telling you that it's okay. Don't say nothing, because if you do, your pop's not gonna come home. You know, what do? Don't say nothing or it's gonna happen to your little brother. What do? You know what I mean? So you take those L's in the hope that it doesn't get repeated into the ones that you love.
Damn, bro. I mean, your resilience is next level.
Thank you, man.
You know, your resilience is next level. Surprised you're not sitting right here and we feel like we got a whack job in front of us. Some of the stuff you've been through, you know. You might be wacky inside, bro, and you just have a good way of masking it because you're a little bit of grown, you know, and you've had some time to work out the kinks, which I have. You know what I mean? I you know.
It's the writing, though, bro. Like you were asking me, the writing, the acting, like to be able to play different characters that are separate from who I am as a human being, and then taking those traumas and putting them in there and processing them that way. It's like the safest place that I could ever be is being a different version of myself. You feel me?
Yeah.
The safest thing that I can do is to become that version of myself, the worst version of myself, and do it in imaginary circumstances. But be real with it. That's what acting is. Acting isn't pretending to do some shit. Acting is living honestly within imaginary circumstances. And if the circumstances are fucked up, it's like, oh yeah, I got a memory for that. And then just live the truth of that memory within those imaginary circumstances.
Yeah, you apply the pain or happiness. I'd say with you'd be really good at applying the pain, the struggle. I mean, have you ever gotten emotional in a scene where you
all the fucking time,
where you
bro.
where you like you almost were crying or close to breaking down?
Yeah, it happens. It happens all the time, depending on the character that I'm playing. You know what I mean? Like one time, I was doing a show where I had to play a child molester, bro. Ooh. I had to play a fucking chomo, bro.
Ooh, you had to pay some bills.
You know what I mean?
Time,
yeah, bro. And the way that I did it was that I had to have compassion, and I had to put myself in the shoes of the motherfucker who abused me, and I had to forgive him, and justify why he did what he did to me.
So let's rewind this track real quick so we can digest this, bro, because this is no easy digestion. You know what I mean? This is heavy, bro. And so somebody that has experienced sexual abuse, you shared a little short of it, and we don't need to hear any more than that, bro. We get it, okay? It's fucking horrible, bro. Surprised you didn't get a little older and fucking put something in that dude. But hey, I'm glad you didn't, bro, because you're here with us now in the free world. Okay, but for them to put you in a situation like that, like out of all people, I mean, you got all the homies that are really like, hell nah, dog, I ain't playing that role. You know what I mean? But for some reason, you had an option. You didn't have a gun to your head and said, hey, fool, you got to play this role. Yeah. You had an option to play this role. What got inside of you to accept this role, bro?
Is that I'm not going to be a slave to the memory of that trauma, bro.
Let's go.
I'm not going to allow myself to be held down by the circumstances of something that I didn't have a choice in. You get what I'm saying? I'm taking back my power by healing myself. I'm taking back my authority by saying, yeah, this shit happened, but this shit didn't define me. This shit didn't make me, it didn't mold me, it didn't turn me into a fucking animal. Because what happens a lot of the time is that when people go through fucked up situations, what do? They turn around and they perpetrate that shit. And then they become the next generation of the motherfuckers that are doing the same shit that was done to them. You get what I'm saying? But that's because you don't heal yourself. That's because somehow you justify that if it was okay for it to happen to you, then it must be okay for you to do it to somebody else. You get what I'm saying? And I'll be damned if I allow that shit to happen so that it fucking trickles down to my children or to my children's children or to the people that I love and their children. You know what I mean? We have the power to fucking make a difference, but we got to do it within ourselves first. I can't sit here and fucking front on you and fucking tell your fucking guests like, oh yeah, man, it's all fucking easy. Fuck no. It's hard, bro. Like walking around with the memory of the shit that happened and still having love for God because the shit happened to me while I was at church, bro. I'm a product of the fucking Catholic Church.
Well, and I don't mean to laugh, but it's just like I'm laughing and
I love La Virgen, bro. I got the Virgen tatted on me because she saved my life, but not the priest.
Wow. Why does that happen? So why do we hear about that so much in Catholic churches and not in other denominations? Is that the correct word? Different other
denominations.
Yeah. And different in other denominations. Why is it so like always happening? You hear about it happening in Catholic churches. Why is that, bro? It's strange to me.
I don't know, man. I mean, and what's crazy is that my old man came to the church after my mom's left him. You know what I mean? When mom's left, my old man plummeted with this. He went on a fucking binge and then he hit rock bottom. You know, he used to beat the shit out of my mom's and then started beating the shit out of me. Hits rock bottom, finds the church. We start going to church. And all of a sudden it's like, you know, for like 2 years, he was good, man. For 2 years, we were thriving. It was like, oh shit, man, like this is actually gonna work out. Like we're gonna be okay.
It's helping our pops.
Yeah, and that's when the shit, you know, that's when the shit started going down, you know. And who do you trust? Who do you tell? Who's gonna believe you? You know what I mean?
You know what you were saying about taking that role and being able to just like heal yourself, take back the power. It was interesting to me that you said that people that don't do that have experienced these things at a young age, these horrific child abuse scenarios at young ages, and if they don't heal themselves, then they end up becoming that. Is that a statistic that people that have experienced that, they end up becoming these freaking Dahmer dudes and just like weird people in the world?
Well, they always say that it's the debate is always nature versus nurture, right? They say that some people are just born a certain way, right? And then some people become the thing that, that they hate, right?
Yeah.
I can't speak on that because I can't speak on another man or woman's perspective and experience. All I can say is that my experience is that because I was able to work through the shit and the pain and the fucking misery that those experiences brought me, I know that that's not something that I would ever want to do. That's not something that I would ever want to engage in. You know what I mean? When you're marked, because there's like an invisible mark, bro. There's an invisible scent that you have, right? And motherfucking predators can see it. They can smell it. They can sense it. And they'll come to you. And when you're little, they hover on you, bro. And they try to get you. Like, I didn't understand why so many different motherfuckers would come to me when I was a kid, even when I was in my like late teens and early 20s. You know what I mean? I remember being at one of my first jobs as a social worker and being in my early 20s, and some dude fucking like was trying to get down with me. You know what I mean? And trying to entice me and shit, But it's because I gave off that scent. I gave off that fucking that ringer, that alarm that these fucking pedos have. You know what I mean?
And what scent would we be talking about?
Oh, I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm using it as a metaphor.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
I know, and I know you're using it as a metaphor, and I'm not trying to turn it into anything else, but it's just it's really interesting that that's your take on it, that you have a scent that people are smelling, or not necessarily smelling, but metaphorically they're drawing to you.
Yeah.
You're getting drawn to you.
You know what I mean?
Were, yeah.
Like,
were.
I mean, I'm fucking 40 now. This shit happened when I was 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was because my old man couldn't take care of us. He didn't know how to take care of us. My old man was like, well, you guys are men. You guys are boys. Figure it out. You know what I mean? Go do whatever you have to do. Just fucking stay in school. Don't do bad things. And, it's enough for me to pay the bills and keep a roof over your head.
Yeah.
And don't ask me for shit because I'm tired. I've worked 10 hours. I don't have time for you. You know what I mean? Or I'll beat your ass.
It's making me think, though, when you say this, metaphorically speaking, back to the scent thing, that maybe young individuals, boy or girl, that have experienced that without them knowing that they wear it on them somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way they're wearing this scent, metaphorically speaking, right? That pedophiles know, right? Or they can sense, they can see.
Yeah. I mean, and again, this is all theory, right? Because there's no fucking concrete evidence on this shit.
Yeah.
But like, I remember I used to be an altar boy, right? When I was in church, when I was a Catholic, and I'll never forget this shit, man. Like, if you served enough masses, the head priest would take you on a field trip. Like, and all the altar boys were like, yeah, we want to go on this field trip. This particular field trip was to go to this fucking retired priest's house out in the valley. And he had a swimming pool. And I remember it was like 4 of us. It was like an older altar boy. It was myself, this other kid who was about my age. And then there was a younger kid. And we got to the old priest's house. And we were just super fucking happy because they bought us McDonald's. We had eaten, and then we were gonna jump in the pool. We were gonna kick it, and we were gonna have a pool day, right? And we all jump in, and we're swimming in the pool. And then the youngest kid, the 2 priests left. They grabbed him and they took him inside. They said, "Oh, we want to talk to you," and they were gone for about an hour, man. They were gone for a good hour, and then when the kid came back, he wasn't there anymore, man. Like, I remember how uncomfortable that fucking car ride back to fucking Mid-City was.
And you guys all sensed it.
We sensed something happen because the kid was just like, he was zoned out, man. He was just kind of sitting there. Like,
his power was taken.
Yeah, he was like, when we got there, we were all swimming. We were having a good time. There was a fucking slide that went into the water. It was great. It was a good time. He leaves. Maybe 30 minutes in, we're wondering about him, but we're like, he's fine. You know what I mean? Then he comes back and he's just stone-faced. And I never saw that kid again. You know what I mean? I never saw him again after that time. And then after shit started happening to me, I realized like, oh, fuck, that's, as an adult looking back on it, I'm like, that's probably what happened to him. You know what I mean?
Wow. To take the joy out of an innocent child's heart, soul, you know, that childish joy, bro, is just like, I can't even just like I can't wrap my head around it, bro. It's just like, it's so horrendous, bro. It's just like, you know, he just makes you want to just fucking punch a wall, bro. They got a movie out right now. What's that movie called? Help me out one time.
Song of Freedom.
What is it?
Song of Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it across the street. It fucked me up, man. It was really hard for me to sit through that movie. It was really fucking hard to sit through that movie, you know, because the depiction of it is very very real. It's very real on how shit goes down, especially the whole grooming process. You know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of fucking processing and shit, and what I realized was that I was groomed. You know what I mean? I was groomed for a while. I didn't know that I was being groomed, but I was groomed. And so, and the normalizing of that shit when it happened, it didn't make me say, oh yeah, this is cool, right? The normalizing was, if you want to keep your father and your brother safe, you need to keep this to yourself. Huh. You have to be the sacrificial lamb in order for your loved ones not to suffer. And on top of that, fuck you, because no one's going to believe you anyway. So try it. Try to say something. Let's see who believes you.
They didn't want that movie in the movie theater.
Nah, they didn't, man, because this shit...
Why was Hollywood was just really shitting on that movie?
Because there's all these motherfuckers are in it. They're in on it, bro. This shit happens, bro. This shit is...
Is that Hollywood, bro?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, are you in danger of any future positions in the acting world by you speaking on this?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because this is my experience. And if my experience means that I don't get to have a job for a fucking project or whatever, then that's not the fucking project that I want to be a part of.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I didn't, let me sign up to get fucking raw dogged so that I can have a cool story to tell when I'm fucking 40. No, bro. No, fuck that. Like, these people don't fucking understand that shit. They don't fucking know. And if that means that I don't get a job because I'm being honest, because I'm keeping it real, because this is what we do here at Hoodstocks, then fuck it.
So what I was really trying to say is in regard to speaking on Hollywood being in on that.
It doesn't matter because these motherfuckers, like,
Is Hollywood in on that?
Absolutely, bro.
Why is Hollywood in on that? Why is that Why is that an underground Hollywood norm? I mean, is it from having so much money and so much fame? And if you're a dude, you run through so many females. And I heard someone else say this. This isn't this. I'm saying what I heard from somebody else say, which made sense to me. And they put it like this: these dudes go through so many women, right? And after a while, they'd had everything, so they want to try something different. I don't know, bro. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know because that's not where I'm at.
Exactly.
That's not where I'm at. That's not where my head's at. That's not where my career's at. You know.
But I'm just saying, if you can make like an assumption on it, I mean, fucking assumption, bro. I just don't understand it. That's all.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, all I can say is different strokes for different folks, man. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it is that. Maybe it is exactly that some people have done so much shit already that's the last resort. That's the last frontier. They have nothing else to do in terms of fucking being deviants. And
the power of Hollywood is just crazy, bro. Like they were throwing Oprah Winfrey under the bus in regards to her being in cahoots on some of these things that was happening in regards to what we're talking about, bro.
Epstein,
yeah, you know. And then Mel Gibson, what was the something of Christ?
The Passion?
The Passion of Christ, bro. So the lead actor that played Jesus Christ is the same dude that's in Song of Freedom, right?
Correct. Yeah, Jim Caviezel.
Yeah. And Mel Gibson told him, and this dude, I've heard podcasts on this dude, and I've heard him speak, and he's just like a real fucking.
I heard, my bad. Mark Wahlberg's getting in with what's that OG that I mentioned right now. They're gonna make a movie or something like that, and like Hollywood's scared of them two coming together.
Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mel Gibson, he's just such a fucking like big dog in the game, right?
Yeah.
Been doing it for so long. Like,
yeah.
He's just like, man, fuck this, fuck Hollywood, right? But I lost my train of thought a little bit. But anyway, so Mel Gibson, so this dude that played it, what's his name again?
Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, okay, so he played Jesus Christ, Passion of Christ. Mel Gibson told him, hey, check it out, bro. You know that you can potentially basically get yourself shunned by playing this role. Are you sure you want to do it? But being the fact this dude is a fucking crazy religious dude, like he is about that life. I mean, I hear him and he's got me sold on who he is what he's saying he is, right?
Yeah.
And then he plays this role in Song of Freedom. I haven't seen Song of Freedom, so I'm not exactly sure what role he plays. Is he like the
He's the hero. He's the hero of the story.
Is he like the FBI agent or whatever it is?
Yeah.
I know there's an agent, a CIA that's,
Yeah, he infiltrates. Yeah.
He's the infiltrator. Okay. And I'm still gonna watch it, bro. I just anyways, and so they told him the same thing about this. And it's just interesting that and then all of a sudden, bro, you watch the news after this movie gets released and you start hearing about different agencies cracking down on child trafficking rings.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, bro.
All of a sudden,
it took a movie. They put this movie out, and I guess it's trending. So hey, let's go bust some fucking child traffickers.
Yeah,
I mean, bro,
yeah.
that's you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's not coincidental, bro.
No, not at all.
And I know you're being sarcastic, bro, but I'm just saying, like, fuck, dog. The world we live in, bro, is just like.
But also, you were asking me if I'm afraid that Hollywood's gonna shunt me. No, because and it's crazy because I went to service today, and they were talking about conviction, having conviction.
Yeah.
When you have conviction about what you're doing, and you couple that with faith, it's a wrap, bro. So I have conviction and I have faith, because if I didn't have conviction and faith, I wouldn't be 17 years in this. You know what I'm saying?
So you're still in a Catholic church?
No. I renounced the church a long time ago.
Okay, that's
non-denomination. I mean, look, I have no beef with people that are Catholic, people that practice. People are free to practice whatever they practice. You know what I mean? Like, love is love, right? It's just not for me. And I respect people. If you tell me I'm a Catholic, I'll say, well, that's good for you. If it's working out, great. Who am I to judge you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of father has this made you? Everything you've been through in life. I mean, are you a very overprotective father? I mean, everyone's got to be an overprotective father in this crazy world, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I raised my daughter as a single dad from the age of 10. So, and my daughter's 21 now, and then my baby is 4 months. It didn't make me an overprotective father. It made me a father that understood the importance of being present.
And communicating, right?
Being present, and being present didn't mean like fucking
drop you off in Vegas.
Yeah, let me drop you off in Vegas for the weekend, baby. I'll be back. Being present meant tea time with my daughter and teaching her how to read and fucking going to the library, doing all the square shit that I wanted my old man and my mom Dukes to do with me. You know what I mean? Taking my daughter to the park, teaching her how to throw a ball, putting her in basketball, putting her in violin, making sure that she went to a performing arts school, making sure that she had every advantage that I wanted when I was a kid. making sure that I was supporting her, even though her mother and I didn't work out, have a relationship with her mother in a way that we didn't have to fucking be at each other's throats. We could be civil. We could be adults about shit. And we don't have to talk about us because there is no us. We can talk about what's good for the baby. And whatever is good for the baby, I'm on board. And if it means that you have to do certain things and I have to do certain things and I don't like your husband and he doesn't like me, that's cool. I'm going to suck it up because my daughter needs both of us to be there at that game, or my daughter needs both of us to be there at that graduation. You know what I mean? So it made me the kind of father that was and has been and continues to be involved. And that sometimes looks like sitting there and listening to shit talk about things that I have no interest in. And sometimes it means sitting there and plotting the next 3 years of your life so that you can get a bachelor's degree, so that you can start your own business, so that you can make sure that you have the tools that you need so you can be a successful adult.
Shit, class is in session, baby, and shit, I'm taking notes right now, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't ever too old to take notes on being a daddy.
Yeah, man.
Real shit, brother. I love everything that you said right now, man.
Thank you, man.
And I have a 7 and an 8-year-old. 7 and 8-year-old daughter at home, and a stepdaughter that's 16 underneath my roof. And I have other kids from other relationships. You know, I mean, I'm 46, so you know, I've lived a promiscuous life on the streets. I hate to use that word with myself, but we use it on females, right?
Yeah.
You know, we just, you know, hood rats, and maybe I was a fucking hood rat too, dog. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna just shit on the females. You know, we're fucking all out there having fun, on drugs, running the goddamn streets, bro, you know? And, you know, sometimes babies come out of a one-night fun stand, you know what I mean? Just having a good time, and it's just life. You know, it's life in the hood. It's life everywhere, bro. You go to fucking backyard boogie cities, you know what I mean? And they got the same shit going on. So we can all relate to that. But just with my daughters now, they get the best of me, right?
Yeah.
They get the best of me. You know, 46-year-old is my prime, right? Straight up.
Just getting started.
You know what I mean? I've been started for the past 10 years working on who I am now, and it's been a fucking evolution of the fucking monkey to the fucking man, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I was a monkey, I had a lot of fun. I threw bananas, I threw shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I was just monkeying around all over the neighborhood, you know what I mean? You ever see a monkey with a gun and a Cadillac, bro? That was me, dog. You know what I mean? You know, you ever see a monkey hit a pookie? You ever see a monkey twist a pookie, bro? That was me, dog. You know what I mean? Did you ever see the monkey on fucking on Mars with the fucking astronaut suit? That wasn't me.
Hey, well, you know that monkey died, so I'm glad it wasn't you, dog. So
monkey died, bro. Oh, man.
Russian monkey.
You know what, bro?
Monkey.
Life, at the end of the day, bro, all heartache, all pain. And I wanted to say this too, bro. Speaking on moms. Dude, I got a fucking 7, 8-year-old daughter. My mom ain't never met him, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so sometimes, bro, the past is thick, bro.
Yeah.
The past is so thick, bro. That's my cousin. That's my blood cousin right there, bro. He'll tell you, bro, my mom ain't met my daughters, bro. You know what I mean? My relationship been strained with my mother since I was less than 5 years old that I can remember, and probably since I came out, you know, the womb, right? You know, and you know, I can make assumptions of why and what and all the above, but she knows what it really is, you know, and that's a pain that I'll carry with me to my grave, bro. You know, because that shit hurt, bro.
Yeah,
that shit hurt. You know, I've grown and I've healed in my own way, bro. In my own way. I used to heal with the drugs, bro. Take it all away, baby. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But now I've healed like as a man, and the way I healed as a man is accomplishing things, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, having a house, just doing good, having an education, going to school for 5 years, bro. You know what I mean? Really just like, man, lacing them motherfucking boots up and tightening them bitches up, dog. You know what I mean? And making the sacrifice, bro. You know what I mean? And just saying, fuck it, dog. And man, I hate this. Or I dislike. I hate. I tell my kids, I
don't use the word hate.
They use the word hate, and here I am using it. You know, and I correct my kids, and so I'll correct myself like I correct my kids. Dislike, right? But you got to do what you got to do. And the more you climb and level up, I mean, it kind of like you know gets a little further away from the pain. Like it's always going to be there, but success and confidence within yourself, you know, is a great thing, bro.
Yeah, man, and I think
helps.
I think what hurts the most is that, you know, at least with my relationship with my mom, is that she's missing out, bro, because this is her success.
Man,
I
bro.
am her success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's missing out because I wouldn't be who I am and I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for her. And as much as I don't have a relationship with her right now and I miss her, I just want her to be proud of me, man. The little kid inside of me just wants her to be proud of me. I just want her to come up to me and say, "Mijo, I'm proud of you." And that's hard to come by because, you know, I remember a few years ago, I was in Boston, man. I was in Boston, Massachusetts. I was at the height of my national tour. And my name was on a marquee and my fucking face was on billboards and fucking face on fucking buses. I'm like, fuck, I made it.
Let's go, baby.
You know what I mean?
Talk
I
your
made
shit.
it. Yeah,
Talk
bro.
your shit.
I fucking made it. And I made it to the point that I was able to fly my mom on an all expenses paid trip. I gave her a fucking card. I said, you get whatever you want. Whatever you want. You want to go shopping, go shopping. You want to do this and this and that. Not once did she say she was proud of me. She said, it's good that you're doing what you like to do, mijo, because it's what you like to do. That was as close as to I'm proud of you that I got.
That sounds like a line from this fool, bro.
and maybe it's the trauma of being Latino, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it
tough
was
love, baby.
Yeah, it was tough love, you know.
Well, think about it, bro. Let's think about it, bro. And I got to think about my mom too in this sense, bro. My mom was brought up rough. My mom was a baby that was forced into this world.
Yeah.
I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was forced into this world, bro. And so she always carried that for men and I guess her son, you know. I hate to say that, bro. You know what I mean? But I'll just say it. I've said it before and I don't like to talk about that, bro. But think about your mom, bro. I'm saying this to just be transparent, bro. And to think about your mom, bro, of what she went through, bro.
Yeah.
What she went through, bro. She was so dehydrated in Tijuana, dog, that you had to get breastfed from another woman, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? This might sound like a joke, bro, but if I was sucking on multiple titties as a child, I think I would have a breast fetish as I got older. Do you like big chichis now, bro?
I love big chichis.
There you go.
Look at that clap, buddy.
There you go, baby. So
Yeah,
you know,
it all comes full circle.
Yeah, shout out to them big old fucking
Shout out to the
chichis,
big
dog.
chichis.
I mean, just put a motorboat that shit, dog. You know what I mean? Motorboat them big old
my
titties,
God.
dog. You ever get a titty and just slap yourself with a titty and she's just like, what are you doing? And you're just like,
Every night.
Oh, God, dog. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, I wonder why my girl's calling me. Huh. She must not know I'm doing a podcast right now. Or maybe she wants to comment right now.
Answer it.
Nah, I don't want to answer it.
I don't want to answer it.
She said all that titty talk. You're in trouble.
No, she's heard far worse, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm going to shout out Mr. 213 and Renee for in the chat for keeping it lit like always. Shout out you guys.
Whoa.
Hey, Mr. 213 said Lucky likes girls with big feet.
They said Lucky smells like hot dog water.
You know what, bro? Let me tell you guys something about that, bro. I've been with females with big feet, bro. Like, even my girl I'm with right now, she's like, you know, she's kind of like, you know, she's a
men's 10.
She's calling you.
Huh?
That's why she's calling.
No, she said, sorry, I forgot.
Oh.
I'm tired, babe. Have a good one. She's just getting off work from a 12-hour shift.
Oh,
I work Monday through Friday, and the weekends come, bro, and just so we can make ends meet, bro. Because living in the city, in the county of Los Angeles, bro, it is very expensive, bro. You know, and I make great money as a union electrician, a journeyman electrician, IBW Local 11. Shout out to them dudes, right?
Shout out, yep.
I make great money, bro. But honestly, you know, it's so expensive here in the city that my girl has to go pick up little hospital gigs, bro, on the weekend, And you know what I mean, and it just it makes it, and it's great for her mental as well, because it makes her feel just like I'm making my own money. You know what I mean? And all that money she gets, bro, she goes into her pocket. I mean, she takes care of, like, she does her thing, bro. Straight up, she does her thing. You know what I mean?
Shout out to all the moms out there that working and bringing it in, holding it down.
I really feel like, and I don't know how you feel about it, but I think women should. I feel like all women should work, bro, or have a hustle, so to speak, right? Well, to feel independent and feel like, hey, you know what? Like, you always have options. You're never going to be stuck. Like, there's so many women that are brought into this world, or that come into this world and they end up in a dead-end relationship, but being the fact that they're not working, the dude's working, bro, they're stuck, bro.
They're stuck, yeah.
And I don't ever want a female to feel fucking stuck, dog. Even though I might become across as a male chauvinist and this and that and whoop-de-whoop sometimes, you know what I mean? But I want women to always have options and to hold their own power, bro. Absolutely. And I'm raising girls too now. Yeah. I mean, so shit, I gotta correct my old shit, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my mom raised me, she used to work 2 jobs while going to school. You know what I mean? She was the first one in her generation to fucking go to college, which was something that she never thought she was going to do. So by the time that I went to college, she was just like, so I already did that. You know what I mean? Because that was the mentality, right? But because, like you said very correctly, is like, she went through so much shit. When my grandfather, rest his soul, when he found out that she was pregnant at 14 years old, he beat the shit out of her so bad because he was trying to force an abortion on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which would have been you.
Yeah, exactly. She was 4 months pregnant with me.
Yeah.
And he kicked her down a flight of stairs, beat her ass. And she was still a good daughter to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, she respects the old school style, bro.
Yeah, because that is old school.
Because that's way old school. I mean, can you imagine? I know how it was when I was younger. Can you imagine when she was younger? And they out there in that country, bro, where there's, you have like this certain pride, and you got your 14-year-old daughter coming home pregnant, bro. Yeah. Shit. I mean, don't let my daughters do that shit, right? I might take it back to the old school style too, dog. And I'm not sorry to say that, bro.
Yeah.
It's just, of course I'm not, dog, but I'm just saying, like, no father is going to be happy about that, but in this day and age that we live in, we gotta, there's communication, there's therapy, there's a lot of different things.
There's resources.
There's resources. Do you believe in abortion?
I believe that women should have the right to do whatever they want with their body.
Fuck yeah, dog. Can you imagine?
You know what I mean? Like,
doesn't it blow your mind that all these fucking dudes, bro, that are talking about what a woman could do with their body, bro? I mean, have you had a baby before, motherfucker?
It's because Jesus said, bro.
Bro, that shit blows my mind that these politicians, and it's not even politicians, it's dudes within our own community, bro, that feel so passionate about it, bro. They will argue with you with this, that, Bible verses, all this crazy stuff, dog, on why a woman does not have the choice to do what she wants to do with her own body. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Maybe it should have said, thou shalt not walk out on his children, and maybe
thou shalt not go for milk and cigarettes.
Thou shalt not go to circus.
Yeah, man. No, it's I mean, women should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, bro. They have agency, they have autonomy, just like we do. You know what I mean? And it's a different world, man. And like you said, I'm raising girls too. That's what I've taught my daughter, and that's what I'm, gonna teach my newborn, and even to some extent my stepdaughter is, take your power, own your power, be the best version of yourself. I've always said, do whatever you want in this world. Just follow these 2 rules. Don't hurt yourself and don't hurt others. If you can live by those 2 rules of not hurting yourself or hurting others, you'll be fine in life.
Absolutely.
And my oldest, my 21-year-old said to me recently, she said, Dad, I know you always told me don't hurt myself and don't hurt others, but you know what I realized? As I get older, it gets harder to do.
Huh. That's interesting.
And I said, yeah, it does. It does. Because think about it.
There's different levels of hurting somebody, right?
Absolutely.
You may have to step on somebody to get on a higher position in a job.
Right.
That's hurting them, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's different forms and there's different levels. And so I can get that. Yeah. I can get that. 100%.
I mean, and even in forgiving my stepdad, you know what I mean? It's like he fell in love with my mom.
Yeah.
And the heart wants what the heart wants. You know what I mean? And so, like, as an adult, looking back at that situation and going, like, damn, you fell in love with my mom to the point you left your family to start a family with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And y'all had this relationship for like 30 fucking plus years and shit. It worked out better than the relationship that she had with my old man. Who am I to criticize that? Who am I to judge that?
That's a grown man. That's a grown man. You. Though,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
talking.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but that grown man me has to talk to, 15-year-old me, 16-year-old me, and be like, yo, bro, like,
check yourself.
Check yourself.
Because that dude is always there.
Yeah, and don't let that be the excuse for why you fucking up. If you're fucking up, at least be honest enough to know that you're fucking up because you want to fuck up. Don't fuck up and then blame it on everybody else. Fuck up and admit that you're fucking up because you want to.
Huh. Yeah. And you know what? I've always taken responsibility of my fuck ups.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
As we should.
I've always have, bro. You know what, bro? I'll share stories and on this podcast a little bit of my past, bro. But I spoke to a charter school a couple years back, and I shared my childhood. But when I got to me, and I shared my childhood, which kind of led me to the streets, bro. But I said after that, now I'm making my own choices.
Yeah.
You know, the simplest analogy, you can make it right or left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll say left is good, right is bad. I was going in circles on the right side. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know? And so I've always owned up to my shit, dog. And it's crazy because there's some individuals that don't know how to do that, and that really just like, it's always going to be this person's fault. Mm-hmm. And it can be in the simplest form of a female that is now separated from the dad. She has kids, and she's telling her kids that the reason why everything's wrong in life right now is because of your dad. It's because of your dad. It's because of your dad. You know what I mean? And really, that's not factual. It could come into play. It's not, maybe a little bit, bro, but we all have, this is a land of opportunity.
Yeah.
And we can all somehow, some way find resources to, elevate and do well for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you don't want to do that, then there's alternatives,
right.
Which necessarily ain't going to be the greatest ideas. It can potentially lead you to death, prison, addiction, abuse.
I mean, and even like, my parents migrating to this country, I went through the experiences and a rough upbringing, but it's nothing compared to what I would have fucking dealt with growing up in a third world country in Central America. You know what I mean? I probably would have died.
So do you think your mom went through a harder life than you did?
Absolutely. Both of my parents did. My father came from extreme poverty. He's from La Limonada in Guatemala City, Guatemala, which is one of the worst neighborhoods.
What is extreme poverty?
Sheet metal houses made out of wood, sheet metal with no electricity. My grandmother didn't have running water in her house that my grandfather built, like makeshift house, the way you see on fucking San Julian in Skid Row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the houses were kind of put together, right, with sheet metal roofs.
That's extreme poverty.
That's extreme poverty. You know what I mean? My grandmother was an illiterate woman who sold waipe. Waipe are basically rags that are made from old T-shirts. She would cut them up into squares. And then she would go to the different businesses and she would sell rags for un quetzal, dos quetzales per rag. You know what I mean? And $1 American is 8 quetzales. So imagine if you sell 20 rags in 1 8-hour day, you're making less than $3 American. You know what I'm saying? That's the poverty that my family's lineage comes from. That's the history that I'm a part of.
Wow.
Sorry, he just hit Nick in the head with the joint.
I can't
right
see it.
It's like poverty. Ha ha ha.
I can't. I'm sorry, cuz I can't. The light is in my
This
face.
dude was
dog.
knocking out right here. The joint just hits him.
That was God talking to him. To any wee head, that was like, God, is that you?
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad, the poverty that my parents came from, that they can't even afford good weed. They grew up. I had a cousin that actually died because he was a paint thinner sniffer. Yeah, like over there, for 25 cents, you get a little container of paint thinner.
Yeah.
And they just put it on a rag and they huff.
Yeah.
they huff, and this kid was only 22 years old, man, and he started huffing when he was 16.
You know what's crazy, bro? Is I guess I'm old enough, dog, that when I was younger, that didn't skip my generation. And so I have experienced huffing too, and it was with the most grimiest fucking old school cats in my neighborhood, bro, that would come and chill with us and shit. And they were huffing, bro.
Yeah, me too.
They were huffing, and I was like, I never like. I tried to. I was like, bro, what do you get out of this shit, dog? Like, man, that shit smell like shit, like carburetor cleaner. Like it's just fucking horrible, dog. You know.
You walk around with the taste of Krylon in your mouth all day. It's like, why you always got gold dust on you and shit?
Like, bro, it's like if we're gonna think about like drug addicts, bro, I don't even know if that's considered a drug addict. That might just be considered a filthy addict, dog.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even a drug, bro. Like, what's worse, bro? A dude that's smoking crack or a dude that's standing there huffing paint thinner or carburetor cleaner or some fucking weird fucking.
Yeah. I mean, and I did it, man. My dad used to paint cars for a living when he was alive. And he used to take me to the shop, and I hated that shit because all my friends got to have a vacation. I got to go work with my old man every fucking summer, you know. But it taught me responsibility. It taught me all this good shit. But I remember when I discovered paint thinner, you know, my mom caught me because I had passed out in my room with a fucking rag and a fucking Gatorade bottle full of paint thinner. And I was so fucking high that like she like fucking beat the shit out of me. I couldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But that shit was killing me, bro, because that's what it did to my cousin. And so bringing it back, that if my parents wouldn't have migrated to this country and they wouldn't have brought me here, I probably would have died too, following in the footsteps of my cousin. Because my cousin literally died because his blood turned into water from huffing all that shit. He started getting blood clots all over his body until his fucking internal organs shut down and he died from blood clotting and blood thinning.
He died from that.
Wow.
Yeah, he died from that. He was a paint huffer. Yep. Yeah.
And that was
my cousin William, who was my oldest auntie's oldest son.
wow, bro.
And that's because my auntie didn't want to fucking bring him to the States because she didn't want to pay to have him brought to the States.
I mean, is that easier done than said? Because you said that real easy, you know, but she didn't want to pay for him to go to the States. I mean, what kind of price would that be? I mean, living in poverty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it was a tough situation
It's a
either
sacrifice,
way. It's
right?
a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
You know?
It's a sacrifice for the betterment of your child. But damn, bro, like who teaches when you're living in poverty and you're just trying to fend for little, you're like, man, I ain't sending this little motherfucker over there. He's gonna be living the good life. He's gonna suffer right here with me. But with maybe that mindset, she lost a son.
Yeah.
And it's horrible, bro. And there's so many stories of that that aren't ever told, bro. But they're told right here on Hoodstocks, bro. And this is what I love about this, bro, hearing these stories. Brother, sitting with you right now, bro, and now that we kind of just like, we felt each other out. You felt me out. And you're like, all right. You opened up, bro, and I appreciate that, bro. You opened up. I hope you got comfortable because I feel like you got comfortable.
No, it's all good, man.
You got comfortable to talk about some stuff that a lot of cats, you know.
Honestly, I thought we were gonna clown. That's what I thought this was a clowning podcast, and I was like, oh, when you know you told me some real shit, it's like, okay, it's time. You know what I mean? Because it's like, what's the point of? You said it in the break, right? It's like if you can't be real and shit, then how are you gonna connect with people? You know?
And I want you to connect with people.
Yeah, man.
Because one story is their individual power that they hold, which is triumph of being able to, you know, come from that, survive from that. Be this guy sitting right here with a fucking beautiful button-down shirt, white T-shirt. I don't see one stain on it. You know what I mean? Brand new Chucks on, all white. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. I mean, you statistically, I don't think you were supposed to be here, bro.
Right.
You weren't supposed to be here, bro. You're supposed to be dead. You're supposed to be like a lot of fucked up scenarios that aren't possible. It's supposed to be where you're supposed to be at right now statistically. But somehow, some way, that pen and paper got you to here. Would you say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not prayer. People said, I prayed. Would you say, I mean, I don't ever want you to put pen and paper before God, right? Your religious beliefs, bro. But we all have our...
But let me put it to you like this, Lux.
Please.
If God equals love, right? We can agree with that? We can agree that God equals love and love is God?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Sorry.
If you've been, that's all good.
Yeah.
If you've been put on this planet to practice and to exercise your purpose, and your purpose is rooted in love, every time you exercise your purpose, you're communing with God. Because I love to write. I love to be creative. I love to be an artist. And every time I practice my artistry, I'm communing with God because God gave me that gift. You get what I'm saying? And I can't do what I do if God doesn't sanction it. I don't get to decide what my gift brings me. I get to decide how I exercise that gift, how I praise God through the practice of what I love to do.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Beautiful. You know what? And on that note, you know what, bro? I am really, really intrigued on hearing something. If it's poetry, maybe if it's 16 or something. I mean, do you have anything off the top of your head you can share with us?
Yeah. I can do something.
I mean, would you? If it's rap, would you like a beat? I can give you a beat.
No. It's all. I can go a cappella.
Okay.
My first drag of crystal meth smoke provoked and awoke my inner oath. Teenage folly led me to exercise what I loathed about myself as I delved into becoming a meth head, precursor to any method. Because it wasn't enough for me to know something conceptually, it had to be experienced. I sought a quick way out my pain. I was lost, delirious, a slave, for surely this fate could have been avoided like my father in the grave. See, I didn't spend my last day with him. I was too busy getting saved. This was before I lost my way and incinerated my fate. On that night, I overdosed in the living room as my little sister sobbed, asking my youngest brother if of my life they would be robbed. Stepdad grabbed me and smacked me hard across the face, trying to keep me awake while remaining calm. Every time I closed my eyes, I would feel the universe imploding into me with each shallow breath. My life force grew closer to the eternal moment of death. I survived, only to have no discrepancy about how this dependency kept me feeling drastically, walking down the street alleys, searching for pennies, literally, head down, eyes scanning, talking to myself. I just need to find a little bit of change so I could buy a head. I'll feel better by morning. This is how I processed my father's loss. This was me in mourning. All I wanted to do was relive heaven by inhaling the residue from that speed dime. This is how I spend me time. If I could go back, I would rewind, remind myself that by D-sign, my health would decline. Never mind that I would die, but see, that was just the point. I didn't want to live. A boy's world without his hero is the place where the villains win. So at 16, I gave up on life prematurely. Altered my brain's chemistry to forego my destiny. This beast of burden became part of my identity. I am forever on rehab. Forever an addict. Sobriety is a daily feat, an ongoing delicate balance.
Let's motherfucking go, baby. Light that shit up with fires. Let's go. Don't play with it.
Thank you.
Hey, I want everybody to give it up for Alex Alpharaoh.
Alpharaoh, yeah.
Alpharaoh. This was dope, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
This was dope, brother, and that's the perfect way to end this. Thank you so much for blessing the platform, bro. Please let everybody know how they can follow you, how they can support you.
Just social media on all platforms at Alpharaoh, Alpharaoh. Please continue watching this fool. Continue supporting Latinos in Hollywood. Shout out to the team from the streets to the set. We actually have an acting class that's coming up here in East LA. We're teaching acting in the community, by the community, for the community, and we're doing it because we should be able to take what we know and share it with the community and offer it to the people that need it most. We don't have to go all the way to the west side. We could go down the street on Whittier and fucking, Garfield Boulevard to do it. So, look me up on social media if anybody wants to throw down with us. Open mind, open heart, open spirit. It's all love.
Hey, bro, you know what I'm looking forward to when you return back to Hood Stocks, bro, because I really, really enjoyed this conversation. I respect you as a individual, as a spirit, as a human being, bro, as a brother, as a homie, I just loved it, bro. I loved it. I love the way you present things, the way you word things, bro. And this type of dialogue is much needed on this platform. I think this was a very important podcast. It was meant to happen, bro. We didn't get a lot of people on the live. We got like 400, and that's cool, bro. We respect that, and we love you guys, bro. But I think people, this podcast will grow legs, it will grow numbers, bro, and I will clip the fuck out of this shit because there's a lot of gems.
No, and I appreciate the adjustment, man. Thank you for keeping it a buck with me and letting me know what it's really about. You know what I mean? Because once I made that adjustment, I feel like, okay, like you said, man, what's the point of fucking having a story if you're not down to share it? You know what I mean? What's the point of fucking talking about being real if you can't be real when it's time to be real? You know?
Hey, this was a beautiful performance. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
We're out of
you.
here.
Whoa.